Now available at the Dix Division Prepper Warehouse, the latest in summertime fashion, the all-new Culture Casino brand banana hammocks and slingshots. With sizes ranging from Extra Jed to Culture's Yeti Arm to Drew's Suspension Bridge, you'll feel comfortable no matter your size or location. Stop by Thursday and get a 20% discount on all banana hammock hand cannon hangers. Dix Division Prepper Warehouse. Open late Monday and Thursday on Comix Division's channel.
Folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
I had nothing witty to say.
Yay.
Hey.
It'll be all right, though, brother. It'll be all right.
Of course. Hey, Termus, how you doing?
Hey, Termus.
Doing okay tonight.
Give us a pun.
Oh, that's what it is. I know what it is now.
What's that?
Why I look like I'm all bricked up. It's because I am all bricked up. I need to hit my settings.
There
Okay.
you go.
It's because you're made of bricks.
That's right.
Right?
Because
I'm like,
Don't want to
Yes.
mess with those camera settings, man.
That's right.
They'll mess you up.
Yeah, for sure. How you doing 5 picoseconds?
I'm honestly feeling like
Oh,
shit
that's
right
much
now.
better.
I got a sinus infection.
Oh, those are nice.
ow, 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 ow.
Are you sure it's a sinus infection and not
Yeah,
the
I got it
flu?
checked out at a clinic, and I got some meds for it too. And
Okay,
it's
that's
knocking
good.
my ass.
That's good.
But
So I had to go- I had
can't
to
miss
go
this
last
for the
month.
world, so you know.
No, right on, dude. Well, thanks for being here. How you doing, Joe?
I am doing fantastic, brother. Just doing
That's
the
good.
comic book and enjoying the streaming, and I've been enjoying football all day. I just got done throwing the football around with my buddies before they left, and having a great day.
That's good.
Yep.
Elagabalus, man, how you been?
I'm doing all right. I finished Brahmadeus finally,
Oh, really?
All right.
and then my computer crashed, and then my software busted. Apparently, my computer likes Brahmadeus as much as Tox does.
So wonderful. Wonderful.
It
As-
can't handle the Brahmadeus.
As I was finishing it,
Can't handle the truth.
I was thinking, all right, if Tox had to listen to the whole song every time he opened up a container of food, how long would it take before he self-deleted? And so that's how I finished the song, and it's 12 minutes.
Holy smokes!
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
almost as bad as
Why is it 12 minutes long? That's a really long song.
lots of guitar, lots of keyboard, and lots of sampling of Tox and Culture singing. So
Wow.
it'll be interesting when I upload it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. We'll go with that.
so we're not talking it's long and enjoyable like, say, Jessica, maybe. Okay. We're
Right.
talking like
Well, I would
slow
say
torture.
I'd say it's like the original Amadeus, because after 2 minutes, who cares?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He's trying to make the new American Pie. Is what he's trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like Jessica just because that one just keeps drifting along, gets to the point where you think it's going to end, then they wind up and go for another 3 minutes. So.
Good
Well,
Lord.
I have to admit, I actually like it. So
Okay.
that says
Okay.
nothing,
Well,
that says
all right.
nothing about my taste, but maybe I'm too attached to it.
Hit me up. Hit me up on it when you get it because I want to listen to this.
Yeah, I'll post it on Gilded.
Yeah,
Okay.
do that. I want to hear it
I
too.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been on Guild in a while.
I would say nothing's going on, but there's always something going on.
Gilded is great.
Gilded is a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I enjoy it.
I'm really enjoying using it as well. I like using the YouTube clips because I caught two of Culture making hand gestures and saying things that really sounded like self-pleasuring advice.
That sounds about right for culture.
And I got 2 clips out of Thursday Night Comics, so thank you.
Man, Thursday was fun. I hope more people watched it. Tox, how are you, man?
I'm okay. A long day of driving, but we had a good weekend with family and got to see
Okay.
people we haven't seen in a long time. And very happy to be here with the rest of the Subscribe Star supporters and talk some wonderful things tonight. We have certainly planned this show as much as we planned Thursday night.
No
For sure.
way.
It's not at all.
No way.
Yeah, I'm completely lying. We
I was
don't
fixing
know
to say.
what we're gonna do or any of this stuff. We might play the very popular award that Culture gave out Thursday night.
Oh yeah.
That was worth repeating and seeing again from theirs. So maybe there's a few ads that we have that, new sponsors for the channels and things that we might
Well,
do.
we can replay it after the introductions. We could replay the one for Culture. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was pretty good, and he did a great job with that one. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Lonnie, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Just getting ready to take a dive off the deep end for a while, and but luckily the sister-in-law arrived yesterday, so she's going to be here for 2 weeks, and
Oh, gotcha.
so that's going to be helpful.
Yep.
So
My ass is
Other
getting
than
up
that-
bright and early at 7 in the morning to go to get my Azure Standard order.
Hey.
Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
no. You're. I was listening. You get your what order?
Azure
Your
Standard.
Water.
Azure
I don't know what
Azure
that-
Standard
oh,
is a
regular Azure, the software and
no,
operating
not the
system,
software.
or-
Azure Standard is like a company where you can go and order stuff, and they have like drop points, and you go and you pick it up.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's kind of big in the prepping community.
Okay, that's cool. I did not know that. I just learned something. Thank you. I think you said Azure, and I'm a computer geek for a living, so it's like
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
It's
immediately
confusing.
went
That's why it's Azure Standard rather than Microsoft
okay,
Azure.
right. Gotcha. I was okay. All right. Well, that's cool. I hope you get what you ordered.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
should be.
So, guys, I've been
Hey,
I've been meaning, I've been meaning to speak to y'all about something, and I need
Okay.
your input.
Okay.
So, and it's kind of a relevant topic, but I've heard it. I think I've heard it before mentioned in the previous shows. But it's about student loan. It's about student loans and
Oh, don't get me started.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I am I'm sure you'll know many of y'all know. I recently started getting income,
Okay.
like getting income again, from my job in from my 3D modeling gig, and
Okay.
it's a decent start, but I've graduated college back in 2015, and as of now I'm still I'm over about 12K in student loan debt, and so so it's my dad sent and my dad has sent it to me, and I've seen it, and I've also seen it in my in my site where I am, and at the site where I am that I use to pay off my student loans, and I've seen that I've seen of this whole thing with Biden's Department of Education, just basically paying off everybody's loans, and paying off everybody's loans was still in debt, but so I don't know, so I don't know, guys.
Okay,
I
well,
really want this debt this debt of mine done away with. I just want to really I feel in a rush to just start getting on with my life and stuff, and just and have this bull crap that done away with, and I understand the repercussions, and I understand.
Well, it's not something that you're going to be able to do away with student loans. So it's a little bit of a, well, it's not. It's a whole lot of a misnomer.
It's kind of a shell game, I think.
Right. So what it is up to $10,000 for people who have made 10 years of standard payments for a nonprofit or government sector job.
Oh.
So if you've done that,
The best among us.
right, if you've done that, and they will include the 3 years or 2 years or however much they had in COVID where you weren't, you didn't have to make payments.
Right.
But if you've done that, then you can apply for a $10,000 one-time forgiveness. So that's what that is.
Oh.
Now, there's another program that was before, and I think it's still in place. If you do that for 10 years and you are working for the government, or and then not a nonprofit, but a government job, like as a teacher, or basically anywhere where there's a government union, where they want that government union to continue to vote for whoever's in power, you can have the entirety of your student loan forgiven based on your service to the federal government or any kind of state government from there. So there's a couple of plans out there for that.
Huh.
If you're not in a nonprofit, like if you worked for a nonprofit hospital or a nonprofit organization, certain political PACs are nonprofit, then you could be eligible for getting the 10K forgiveness if you've made these payments qualified for that long. So that's really what that is.
And as always, read the fine print.
Yeah, the fine print's murder on these things. You got to really be careful with it.
Yeah.
And
before we get too deep into it, welcome, Marksman.
Hey, Marksman.
Hey.
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Marksman.
Oh,
and he
right.
disappears.
Bye, Marksman.
I'm sure you're back. He probably has stuff.
Yeah, he probably had to reboot for something.
Yeah. Anyway, I would say always read the fine print, and I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's just going to make education worse.
Well, I remember you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Well, you get what you pay for, and
so you only get this forgiveness if you do
now there's another
work
one
for the government, right?
Right, or
well,
501c of some sort.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research this for my kids and for myself. So this is my interpretation and also what I've been told and working with specialists.
Plus, if you guys haven't seen it, there's certain places filing suit against the government over
they're basically got a there's an
Right.
injunction on that one right now anyway.
Yeah.
There's one law, and it came out. I heard about it this morning, but
They added language into that it was nonprofits and only in a midnight deal.
Hi,
A
Reuben.
month ago.
Hey, Reuben.
So
Yep.
yeah.
What's up, Reuben? How you
Muted.
doing?
You're also muted.
Well, very well. Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, really in hindsight,
Hello?
college,
We can hear you now.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, sorry about that. Something went off with my mic. Oh god! If you guys see Twitter right now, it's blowing up. Apparently in Germany, there was another painting attack with these dumb eco activists.
No,
Really?
What did they destroy now?
They threw mashed potatoes. I'm trying to find the tweet again because I scrolled off.
Oh
of it.
yeah, I saw that. I saw it. In
Read your history, folks.
I saw that.
Taliban
I saw
did
that.
this.
So
I saw that,
ballsy.
man. Yeah, I saw that, and
Yeah, it's the same
my
thing.
thought is like, that is not how you do a mashup with famous art pieces.
Right.
Nice.
Well played, sir. Well played indeed. I
Well
didn't see that
played.
much one coming.
Terminus is the best. Yes.
Yeah, but it was like two girls, of course. They threw mashed potatoes over this painting, then they glued themselves to the wall and started arguing, like, "Oh, it's like, are you going to pay attention now to us? Is
Not
this
the
we have
same
to
two
go?"
chicks, is it?
Like,
Yeah,
I
it
hope
must have
not.
been, it must have been pretty baked.
You know what? I have to agree with what Ten Pool said. Leave them there.
Yeah.
That way,
Yeah.
when they're like, we
Yeah,
have to go to the
yeah,
bathroom.
don't even help them.
Yeah,
No,
just
no,
let 'em figure it out.
Porsche.
No.
Too bad.
No,
Yes.
Did you hear about Porsche? That was the one that happened, I think, yesterday or day
It was
before.
What
Volkswagen.
happened?
It was
Or
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. Yeah,
Yes.
they glued themselves to the floor of the showroom. So what they said was, "We support your right to protest. Goodbye." And they left, shut off the heating, the lights, and left them there overnight.
See you later.
Outstanding.
Well,
That's a
I-
total German thing to do, by the
And
way.
they also said, "Hey, can you give us bedpans?" And they're like, "No," and they're getting really
No.
mad that they wouldn't give them bedpans.
My favorite was they were saying, like, "We can't order."
Yeah,
food
that
or
really
anything."
didn't pan
At
out.
the same time, they argued they were
You
on
made
hunger-
your
hunger
bed,
strikes.
go in it, right?
Yep.
It's like, I'm on a hunger strike, but they're not allowing us to order food. That's unfair. I'm like,
Yep.
what?
Oh no! How awful!
They did the same thing when they had their Chop and their Chad. They wanted it. They still wanted to order their Domino's pizza.
Oh yeah, I found it now.
No,
Yeah.
How you found it? Yeah.
The fucking German climate change activists. It's always these moronic women. No, one of them's a dude.
How can you
Is
tell?
he though?
How can you tell?
Is he really a guy?
Do you
Kind of
really
has
know?
a beard.
Well, I think part of the reason
So does my
is-
sister. That
Should-
doesn't mean a damn thing.
Yeah.
All right, let me share this so we can all
Alright.
laugh at the cringe that is stupid 2022.
Yeah, I think the reason we don't see guys for it because like there's a lot of people who do value the art and the history. So if it was a guy, there's a good chance he would get assaulted.
Well, he has a man bun, so you can see the kind of the goatee right here. So
Oh, so it is a guy.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay, and they're protesting what?
climate change.
Life.
People are starving. People are freezing. People are dying. We are in a climate catastrophe.
There's
And you just
dying
made a point.
because you turned off the damn power because you don't have enough fucking energy because you shut off all your coal plants and nuclear reactors. You
And
dumb
all of you are
fucks.
afraid of his tomato soup. Oh God, fuck off.
I'm amazed. They're
Or
allowed
mashed
to wear
potatoes
those
on a
masks in public.
painting. So one thing I didn't realize that apparently all these paintings have plexiglass over them, which is good.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
For this.
I-
for this exact reason.
I thought
Probably.
I thought they were actually ruining paintings. It's like, oh
I
my God,
thought
this
they.
is original.
Well, I was thinking they did the. What was it? The guy cut off his ear. I can't think of his name. One of his
Picasso?
paintings.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Van
Van
Gogh.
Gogh. Van Gogh.
Van
Gogh.
They did a Van Gogh last week, and I was like,
Yeah, that one pissed
really,
me off.
that would just absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I remember years ago when I think in middle school or was it early freshman high school, we went to an art museum. And one of the things that the curators, when they're showing us around all the pictures, just mentioned offhandedly was that it's like they meant because they were sort of just brand, but it's like they have these new protective glasses over the painting. It's like it doesn't even look like it's there, but if you were to touch it, and she's like, of course, obviously, don't touch any of the paintings. But if you were to touch it, you would feel there's a very thin glass layer there. So if anyone tried to ever deface the painting, the
Yep.
painting would escape. The most you can probably damage is the frame.
Yeah.
And a lot of the frames
Yeah.
are interchangeable.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, but
So-
custom frames are expensive.
You know what I'm
They are, but-
afraid of?
Oh yeah, they're replicas for the most part.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm
what I learned.
afraid because science tells us that we won't be able to feed our families in 2050. Yeah, you know why? Because they keep cutting the fucking food production, you idiots.
Wait, 30 years. So what you're saying is we have 30 years to solve the problem?
Yeah.
And you're
Ask her if she
freaking out
wants
now?
to have a
Well,
family in the first place.
The funny thing, and they do that by wasting food, right? I mean, the funny thing about all this too is is seeing these climate activists walk in, and I think some of these are probably PETA people, and they're just dumping out. They're dumping out milk, and it's like we're heading towards a food crisis, and what do? You waste food, you fucking morons, and
Crying over spilled milk.
Yeah, seriously. But it's crazy. These. There was I saw this on Twitter. It was in not the UK. It was somewhere in Europe, and they were interviewing these people saying we gotta stop farming. And it's like, why do you not realize where your food comes from, you dumbass? It's like,
no, they go to Carl's Jr.
No, they legitimately don't understand. That's the thing. They see that they're suffering. People are about to freeze to death because winter's hitting, and not a single person's bothered to look and see. Oh, we don't have power plants. That's why this is all like they don't actually bother to look. They just ask if someone tells them something stupid, so they assume, okay, that's the problem. There we go.
This is what you get for basically going, we'll just get all of our energy from Russia. Oh, how's that going for you?
Germany empowering Russia once again.
Yeah. All right.
All I know is they're going for their 15 minutes. So.
Let's see. Does it take mashed potatoes on a painting to make you listen? No. It makes me not listen to you. Because you're not doing anything. You're not solving the problem.
Notice how everyone walks out the room. They don't want to listen now.
There's people who walk around in the background like there's nothing going on.
Well, the funny thing is she put her hands so up high, that has got to be uncomfortable.
Right? Come on.
Oh, you know that her arm is going to be hurting after probably 5 minutes. This painting is not going to be worth anything. If we have to fight over food, fucking grow your food, dumbass.
Actually, it's going to be worth a lot.
Okay, when will you finally start to listen? Well, thanks for pointing out the food crisis in such a stupid way.
You know completely man-made, by the way.
Yeah, it is completely man-made. You know what you could do?
They know that there's a food crisis coming. They just don't know why it's coming.
Yeah. When will you finally start to listen and stop business as usual? People are stupid.
It's like you realize there are parts of the country, like in Germany right now, that are full-on rioting because the power grid is gone. Because it's like full winter there, so you will freeze to death in that weather. So people are freaking out in parts of the country already as the winter's seeking in. It's gonna just get worse. So they're sitting here like everyone's living out of that. It's like, well, if you really want to look at the thing, just look above and see what the hell your leaders did. I think it was Norway just recently. They have to decommission their nuclear power plant by 2023. And despite the fact they even said it, because most of their energy was coming from Russia, and they lost all of that. So they said, well, the plant's at least substituting most of it because they increased production, but we have to shut it down. So we shut it down. And when that plant goes, they estimate 30% to 60% of the country will be blacked out when that plant's officially winded down and gone.
I'm trying to remember who said that. I think it was Tim Pool, but basically they're prepping scripts right now for the UK for when they have blackouts.
Oh, yep.
The media.
What country was it that we covered? Oh God, I wish I could remember. Me and my Highlander, my brother, covered last week. It was one of the European countries. They have protests going on, strikes. God Almighty, I wish I could remember what it was about, but it has to do with what you guys are talking about.
Probably France.
God. Yeah, that's it. It was in France. Everybody was taken to the streets over. Oh God, I can't even remember what it was about, but it's just ridiculous.
So there's a lot of thing called Google, Joe.
Protesting.
Sir,
yeah, you can Google it.
I'll have to Google it.
Yeah,
actually,
let me get this real quick. Brightest day for $2. Odds we see Brandon go unalive mid-interview. Isn't that like all interviews?
There's one where he actually fell asleep.
Okay.
No, I think he might actually be asking at the rate he's going if there's a chance during an interview he just
keels over.
Right there.
Yeah, no, I read into it. No, I mean I get what he said, but I just decided to be snarky and say, isn't that all interviews?
You were 5D chessing us.
What was that? 5 picoseconds?
I said it's not YouTube friendly.
It's not YouTube friendly. Yeah. Why does your audio sound like it's sped up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. The internet.
Is it the internet thing? It might be an internet thing. Canadian internet.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
It's your
but yeah, I
internet
mean,
buffer.
Europe is not going to be in good shape. Another channel I suggest checking out. This is a Austrian woman who's kind of into survival and prepping called Survival Lily. Her content's pretty good. She's been covering a lot of the stuff that's been happening in Austria regarding energy. She's been like going and getting like solar powered generators to power her freezer and whatnot in case of blackout. I mean, it's crazy. That shit that's going on there is nuts. Europe is like so screwed between the whole thing going on with the pound right now. I have no idea what's going on with the euro if it's tanking too. I haven't really paid much attention to that, but yeah, Europe is not in a good place. That's what they get for going and buying all their energy from Russia. Great job, guys.
Mm-hmm.
France at least was smart enough to turn their fucking nuke plants back on.
Well, then again, they were having all the protests right before COVID for a year over the gas prices already and all the taxes and the medical changes.
Yeah. Yeah. It get nasty, folks. Like I said, if you ain't prepping, you should probably start now. Even if you're buying an extra can of beans every time you go to the grocery store.
I wish.
Be smart.
Even a little bit provides that mental security.
Yep. Southern Bell is saying that apparently Swiss banks are having troubles. Wow. I have not seen that. I don't know if it's something you sent recently. There's like a backlog of stuff that she has that I need to go check out because it's interesting stuff. Oh.
I have a Twitter thing I want to share, but I don't know if I can because of the freaking context.
Come on, bro.
What is it?
It's Japan. So they did, they have like their singing contest, whatever. So they did one, and oh god, what's the? I'm blanking on the artist's name. He's the black artist who sings "What a Wonderful World" with the deep voice.
Oh, Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, so it's I think a Japanese guy in full. I thought he was actually black at first. I realized no, it's a Japanese guy in blackface singing the song in English.
Yeah, we should probably not do that.
All right.
It's a good rendition. I'll give him that. It's a good rendition. At the same time, looking at it, I'm like, oh no.
Oh my god, the Legion of Memers! Holy shit!
Uh-oh.
I gotta pull this up. This is great.
Give it up.
There we go. Found it. It is Mrs. Flu with a big slab of meat and Toxic Man Flu. Oh shit, I haven't shared it yet. God damn it.
Nothing like
there
that.
we go. Now you guys can see it. That is great.
That is so
Yes.
true. That is so true.
Yes.
Me and my ex-wife.
That is
hand on the meat.
hand on the meat.
Yes.
It'll be thrown at Tox later.
Yeah.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
That's right.
I got the Twitter post. I'm putting in the chat. So if you, don't share it, but if you want to see it, feel free to click on it.
What was one that somebody did? Let me get to my bookmark.
Oh, we should play the outro like we said we're gonna do for.
Oh yeah. So this is we're gonna do the culture ad. So here we go. Let me see here. So I've got this. Let me jack that up and go over here to this, and here we go.
When we return from these messages, will Jessica Gao win? Find out on the first annual She-Hulky Awards on Penis. It's pulsating with so much entertainment, it's about to burst.
Maybe
it looks like another presenter is making their way to the stage, which She-Hulk will be announced next.
Greetings, I'm Culture Casino. Today, it will be my honor to present the She-Hulky 4.
And that's all we got for tonight, folks. Thanks for watching. You'll most likely definitely won't see us next year because She-Hulk Season 2 most likely has been canceled.
What?
Truly, in order to do that one right, you need to get Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh,
But hooking out
What's wrong?
culture? Or... I thought that was pretty good.
That was funny.
Culture.
That was very good. I
It's
like
pretty good. Yeah, I found that one I was talking about, guys. It's it was in Paris, and it has to do with soaring prices. Yeah, they're talking for a general strike there over it too. Yeah, I put it in the private chat.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'll tell you the scariest one I found this week, though, that we covered was that we are doing military exercises pretty close to what's going on in Ukraine.
Well, of course.
101st is over there right now.
Yeah. No,
I
that
know,
doesn't
man.
surprise me.
Things are
That doesn't
feeling
surprise me.
awful like Vietnam right now.
Yeah, it's
Think?
bad.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the excuse? What's going to be our Tonkin Gulf?
There isn't going to be one this time. We're not going to let it happen. I am not going to let it happen.
Okay.
Let's hope not.
No,
But,
it's not, again, enough of this
powers
bullshit.
that be
It's all
are,
bull- it's all lies.
pushing it that way.
Sorry.
There's the one I'm talking about right there.
Well, what political party's in charge right now?
Yeah.
The
Midterms
warmongering
The
party.
The Uniparty. They're all
the Uniparty.
Right.
The Uniparty is right.
But most wars are
If you're gonna-
started.
I hate to say it. If you're gonna vote for any what populist candidate you can find. If
I don't
there's
know.
one available.
If you look at Teddy Roosevelt, who's a populist candidate, he was pretty much a dictator. But World War I, World War II, Vietnam, the only one who didn't get us into a war that was not a Democrat was Bush with Afghanistan. But a lot of people don't realize he changed parties just before he ran for governor of Texas so that he could run for governor because Ann Richards was pretty popular.
Yeah.
And then he just subverted
she
her
was.
talking points and then caught her on a few things that went bad, and then that was it. So,
Oh yeah, and Richards, she was not a bad governor.
no, she was not.
she wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, she was a very good one. I honestly I don't remember what the talking points were that the reason why Bush beat her. But I mean, she did a lot of good things. She did the Lone Star card thing, which I thought was pretty smart. It's just a way of like preventing people from like scamming food stamps. You know, I really have no complaints about her administration here in Texas.
I found new things. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
look at that.
I'll stop. Sorry.
Zoom. Yeah, I wasn't terribly impressed by, Bush when he was governor.
Alex, is this what it looks like when you look up at J, Junk 3PO?
No.
No, okay.
Anyway, but I didn't super. What I can tell you is I could not stand Perry. Perry was awful.
Governor Hairpiece?
Yeah, Governor Goodhair.
Governor Goodhair.
Yeah.
Man, what a jackass.
Governor Wheels, I don't have as many complaints about. Perry was just a empty-headed scumbag, I guess is the best way of describing him. My favorite one was the whole, move on down the road incident, which I think I played for you guys a while back, where he got busted by DPS and was basically telling them to get on down the road because he was speeding. Yeah,
God,
it was pretty funny. He did a lot of dumb shit like that, and he was very much just kind of like a bit on the corrupt and crony side, I guess is the best way of describing him. Where Abbott, I didn't really support the guy, but he hasn't done a bad job. I'd take Wheels over Beto any day. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
That was just a front
Abbott
runner.
should do a
He's gonna
kickflip,
go with
though.
whatever he can do.
If he started doing
Yeah.
stunts in his wheelchair, I think he would gain the youth vote overnight. Like, let's be honest. If you see a viral picture of Abbott just screwing around his wheelchair, doing tricks, balancing on one leg while spinning around and shit, kids would just be like, "I don't know nothing about politics, but that shit's funny and amazing. I'm voting for this guy again."
Right.
one of the cool things about Texas is that you vote for both the governor and the lieutenant governor, so you can legit have like a Republican governor and a Democratic lieutenant governor.
Oh yeah.
That's
They did the same
something
thing
I
in
always
Idaho.
thought was kind of cool. Yeah.
Oh, like how the president used to be more. Where it's like, party wins, you get presidency, but party that loses, you get vice presidency. So no matter what, you're stuck with your enemy fighting all the time.
That's what they used to do.
That's what they used to do.
It's not a bad idea.
Honestly, it's not a bad idea. Can you imagine? This would have been interesting. This would have been a very interesting presidency if Trump won and Hillary Clinton was the VP.
I want to watch that now. What, can we go reverse time? That'd be hilarious.
Like hell, right now, if Biden was president and Trump was VP, imagine what he would be saying every day.
You know you lost, Joe.
That would be hilarious.
Oh God, the comedy just between those two would be fucking gold.
Yeah, we need to bring that back. My God, we need to bring that back. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And I think it would also filter some people out because, as you said, because if you lose it, you have to basically be the vice president for your opponent. I think there's a lot of people who be like, I'm not doing that, fuck that, and like they won't even run. They'll choose not to. They don't think they can absolutely win it. So I think it might also help filter some people out.
Welcome, Brahmabull.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, there he is.
Pretty good.
Hey, Brahmadeus.
Hey, Brahma.
How are you guys?
Doing good. Elagabalus has a 12-minute rendition of Brahmadeus.
Of course he does.
Yeah, I am the thing that really concerns me about Beto becoming governor is
monkeypox.
Mandates for you know what, like what Gavin Newsom's doing over and
there's
doing
lots of things that concern me with him. One is basically the restriction of civil liberties and freedoms being a big one.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Not a
I
fan.
think the difference is, though, it's sort of like...
Hey, you could always live in a
very top
welfare state
supporting.
like I do, right next door in Louisiana. Yeah, you can do that.
You can always move out.
Please, you're not a welfare state unless you're here on California's level. We worked
You're right
hard
about
to give
that.
away our
You're right
money.
about that. I'm
Marshmallow,
sorry.
are you in California?
I apologize.
I am technically in LA. Like
Okay.
I'm in one of the small cities outside of LA, but how they do the districting is basically when LA needs federal funding, we're counted as part of the LA district. When they no longer need it, we're considered our own entity. It's very free. It's very weird, very scummy. It's them playing games. All I know is LA hates my district because my district is predominantly like Asian, and a lot of them are expats that come over here. So Chinese, Japanese, Korean. And they essentially, for them, how I noticed the atmosphere here politically is they don't care what you are, Democrat, Republican. Are you actually doing the job and getting shit done, or are we going to have to kick your ass out? Like, they don't play games around here. And our police department is also known as very, very hostile. Like, if you ever watch NWA, when, like, the cops show up and they just throw them to the ground like nothing, they've been like that forever since. They're still like that.
Yeah.
You don't mess with the cops here unless you want to catch a bullet because they don't tolerate shit.
That was like in the 90s. Talk about African-American Adam, Mexican Andor, great film and series, I hear. African-American Adam, Black Adam. Okay, I was like, what?
More like African Samoan American Adam.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet. I'll be honest with you. Andor, I'm not going to give my business to.
My wife saw it last
they dropped
night.
the ratings.
She enjoyed it. I'm going tomorrow night to check it out. So
It's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's just a movie.
yeah, that's what I'm understanding.
Yeah, that's kind of
from
what I've
everybody.
been hearing. Yeah.
I just want
One
to
of
say
the
two
movies of
things.
all
One,
time.
apparently Andor dropped the ratings. They're in the gutter for the premiere. It was like they say at most maybe 5 million people at most watched if everyone watched from.
I heard
beginning
those
to end.
numbers.
I
heard
just
those.
don't
Now,
care about
Valiant
Andor.
Renegade is the one who put that up, and I don't care about. And I don't. And he points that out. He says, "Yeah, it means nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares."
Yeah, your body
anymore."
needs
Star
some.
Wars is dead.
Yeah, your body needs some endorphins to be able to watch that show.
Oh, seriously.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, the
You
problem
were not-
with it
you were
is
not
we all
wrong, sir.
we know where they all end up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem with it.
Yep. No, that's
Well,
true.
it's not just that. It's
They're not compelling characters.
yeah.
Like,
Give me a compelling character.
If Andor
Yep.
and Rogue One was compelling, we would want to see the prequel of what drove this guy to make the ultimate sacrifice in Rogue One. But we don't
Yep.
have that. If you don't have that, the prequel doesn't mean anything then.
Yep.
He sure seems like a
recommend-
sniveling guy in his own show. He does.
Yeah. I cannot recommend this book enough. Shadow of the Conqueror by Shad Brooks. It's really good. I don't know how far I'm in the book. I'm guessing I'm like 75% way through the book. It's very enjoyable. I love it to death. I wish Shad would get Trials of the Conqueror out sooner rather than later, but I know he's got a bunch of other stuff going on. But it's a good book, man. I highly recommend it. Check out the audio book version. It's good. It's a lot of fun. I mean, Dalen is a piece of shit. But he
but is he supposed to be a piece of shit? That's the question.
He is. He is somebody who best way of putting it is Dalen is basically an 85-year-old man that is now stuck in a 17-year-old's body, and he's done all this shit as the Conqueror. And well, the thing I like about what Shad does is that he opens each chapter with a piece of like Dalen's diary, kind of giving you the history of the Conqueror.
Flashbacks.
And yeah, so it's like flashbacks, and you really get to see like how awful he was as the Conqueror. And so basically, this is a man that he's been deposed, has been living in hiding for the last 20 years, is basically hates himself so much he wants to die. He is ready to meet oblivion because of all the terrible things that he does, and it really does weigh on his conscience. So it's kind of made him this like bitter and very jaded individual that just wants it all to end. And then when he goes to end it, something happens, and he's now a young kid again, and he's basically going to dedicate himself to going and
trying to redeem himself. Yeah.
This sounds like
a Hitlerian character. If Hitler had lived to 85 and then somehow got into a youthful body and was trying to redeem himself.
This sounds like a very mean version of Groundhog Day, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, well, not really. Yeah. But the whole thing is that he knows he's not a good person, but he's trying to make good in the world for all the bad that he's caused. And it's good character development, and he's a bit prickly. A lot of it, I mean, it is a facade, because of just how he doesn't want people to get close to him. He doesn't want people to revere him for all the good that he's doing. He doesn't want people to look at him as being a hero, which I think is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
and there are a lot of people still left from the time when he was bad.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's basically the case of the hero finally realizing they were the villain all along, sort of thing.
Well, he already knew he was a villain. It's not like him realizing he was a villain. The book starts off and he's like, I've just been an awful human being.
There's a whole lot of Darth Vader and Dune as far as Paul Atreides in this. So he started out with good intentions and meant to do good and went down the dictatorial route, because it is much easier from Prime Minister Jackass up in Canada. It is much easier as a dictator to get things done, right? And but at the same time, ultimate power corrupts ultimately, from there. And I liken it to a tale of what if you had the chance, given, I wish I could go back to 18 and do things differently with the knowledge that I have now. And I that's the kind of story that
God,
I
I'd
got
be
this one.
insider trading.
If you could have, oh hell yeah.
Yes.
Yes. If I could go back and do that, and this is if someone who had that kind of capability, opportunity to go back and try and do good, knowing everything that you've learned over that time, and I think it's a good concept from that standpoint. I think it's well executed. The one thing you can say about Shad is he is very thorough in his research.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, his castle building,
and he
videos
really
are
thinks
great.
it through too.
Yeah, his whole world building and things. He has a couple of ads that he does for a software that he uses to build his world, and that all of that was there. So when he was writing it, he could go back and reference, what did I mean when I wanted to do this here? Where's that there? What where do I place this? There's not a lot of corrections that were needed in the book, in my mind. as far as
I
that. So it's
agree.
well-
I mean,
Sounds like he did his research when he.
there
did
are some things that he's
called
changing, which I told him was like, you don't need to change it. He's like, it's too late. I'm like, damn it.
You shouldn't have.
Yeah.
One of the other interesting things about Dalen, though, is, he was a dictator with no superpowers. Now he's got superpowers.
Yes.
And that should, that would normally lead somebody who already had dictator tendencies to lean further into it, because now they can go even further. So
Yep.
that I think that'll be where it goes a little bit in the future is, the character's got these powers. He's trying to do good, but how do you keep from tipping back to that other edge?
Right.
Well, he has Auric that's kind of there to keep him in check. And I love the whole thing where he's like, if you, who do we lose?
We lost Tox.
Tox. Okay.
Nothing important.
Not for long.
One of the things that he does is he, Auric is somebody who's older that has lived through Dalen's reign as Daedalus the Conqueror, and he basically kind of tells him that it's like if I start becoming, he's basically passing himself off as his child. So Dalen is really Daedalus the Conqueror, but he's passing himself as the son of Daedalus the Conqueror, and he basically tells Auric, he's like, if I become too much like my father, I'll just kill myself. He's like, no, better, I'll kill you. And yeah, I really like the world building that Shad has done. I love how he's developed all these different ethnicities in the book, and just like the different cultures that they have, and it's so fucking well done. He really thought about all these things in his book, like the differences like between the Homarans, and I'm trying to remember what Auric is. Basically, I'm not gonna say he's like the equivalent of from Africa, or like his descendants are. It's a little bit more complex than that, right? But because of the T, and it's like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. But it's really interesting because he's like developed all these really neat things about the various cultures. There's like another culture that's very much like, it's either like Irish or Scottish, but they're very matriarchal. So they have like a very large reverence for women in the household. And it's difficult to explain, but you guys got to read the book. It's fucking great.
Oh, he built a genealogy. It's sort of like, what was it? What's the quote from the Tolkien professor where he was mentioning? It was like, he went geography, added genealogy, astrology, put all this work in there. And people say it's a bunch of rubbish or whatever. And he says, no, that's depth. And that's why the book does so well. Because when you want to look deeper into it, there's something there once you want to go past the surface of the book. And that's sort of like what Chad did here.
Another thing I really like about it is it's a different type of fantasy. It's not like your typical like high fantasy. It's like the whole thing with Dalen's powers is still considered to be magic, but it's a different kind of magic. And the way the world works is completely interesting because it's like I want to say it's like a disc, the world itself. And gravity works like in a weird kind of way. Because like if you get caught in a gravity well, basically you're just kind of going from the beginning to the end, and you just keep traveling back and forth. It's really interesting until you can like try and navigate yourself to hitting land or something like that, and hopefully it doesn't kill you.
Yeah,
because he was talking about like if you look up, you basically see yourself looking back.
Oh, yep, everybody mentioned that.
So it's an interesting world. It's a different take on fantasy. I never really would have thought of like doing something weird, because whenever I do fantasy, it's always like, oh, this is like an Earth type thing, and you could do something completely different.
Oh, it's like very generic in a way. Like there was a recent one. It was actually an anime I saw, which I liked.
Well, it's not generic. It's like its own thing. It's not like a generic fantasy.
Oh, and I'm not saying Shad. I'm saying like in a lot of fantasy they go for a more generic feel, like you said.
Like Forgotten Realms. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can see it for like there was a recent show I saw recently. It was an anime like a few years ago where I like the fact I said it because essentially it was actually a post-human fantasy where nobody realized that all of these different like races and so on were actually originally created by humans. But during the war, it's like them using essentially it was genetics through magic, but it went so out of control they end up creating basically monsters, demons. They essentially blew themselves up and annihilated the surface. So the only way to survive is all these fantasy realms live in the sky and all these floating islands. Like many of them don't even realize no, there's a surface to the planet. You're not just floating in the sky. It's a surface. But a lot of people don't mention it because that surface is completely turned into a wasteland full of monsters, genetic abominations, everything. And the magic's so out of control. And you hear about like the legends of all like the race that caused it all, that's all horrific and monstrous. And then when you actually gets revealed where it's like, oh no, that race that lives as everyone's boogeyman was humanity. And all these races don't realize they're actually the descendants of humanity. They are the genetic offspring in actuality. It's just they've all been mutated to different degrees.
One
and that's
thing,
also where a lot of the diseases come from, is that they all don't realize they have all the genetic fallacies because a lot of them are imperfect. They never managed to finish completing their genetics when they were sending them out because they knew they signed their death warrant. So the only way to keep in a way humanity alive was, we'll make all these different species. Hopefully some of them will survive. They will adapt, and we live on in a certain way. And it just follows the story of like the last human guy in this world just going around seeing basically what the hell happened after everything fell.
one of my favorite settings in D&D is Planescape, and I just love the concept of Sigil, where it's like this donut-shaped city, and like everything's on the inside, so you can like look up and you'll see like another part of the city, and just like the way gravity works is really interesting. And I love the idea that it's the city of doors that leads to all these different places, you know, throughout the multiverse. It's neat.
Oh yeah. But I think too, I like how you mentioned with Dalen's character, the whole. I do like those characters a lot. It's one of the reasons for like when Black Widow was around, they introduced the Red Guardian. And I learned a bit about the Red Guardian. I was like, right there, you had a very character with an amazing premise. You could have done so much with, where it's like, essentially, he's the Soviet Captain America. The problem is, obviously, he was a Soviet. You could have easily done something very interesting with his character, where it's like, he's going around, he's fighting for the Soviet cause, think he's doing the right thing, the best thing for everyone. At the end, where everything falls apart, he's there facing the realization where, yeah, no, you were an oppressor, a monster. You actually brutalized your people to like worse than any other nation could have done.
Yeah,
it's like you were everything you were actually against. Like that right there could have been an amazing character they could have played with for that movie.
We don't want to get into failed opportunities by Marvel, do we?
that was an idea, or they could have made him a fat and an annoying character too. So.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Is my mic still doing the thing?
No, you sound.
No, you're good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, actually, you're not quick speed now.
Okay,
yeah.
good,
Yep.
good.
You're good.
Well, comics, if
I
you
noticed
like,
my internet started working again. So,
if you like authors that do, you know, kind of different types of magic systems, not necessarily all high fantasy, you got to check out some more of Sanderson stuff, Brandon Sanderson, because Shad takes quite a bit from Sanderson style world building or Robert Jordan style world building. But Sanderson has like 10 different magic systems for 10 different sets of books. I mean, that's all he does is come up with different magic systems and stuff. So they're all interesting. Like there's some where it's art is the magic stuff. You know, there's others where it's pulling and pushing.
One of the books I read recently, which is a pretty fun fantasy novel, is called The Misenchanted Sword. And that was good. It was a pretty quick read. Let me look it up real quick. I don't remember who wrote it.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
But a friend of mine has been telling me about it for years. And I was like, fuck it. You know what? He's like, you keep bringing him this goddamn book. I'm going to go read it.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead, Pico. You were saying something.
Nothing was saying.
Oh, okay. Okay, The Misenchanted Sword. A Legend of Eshar is basically what the world's called, and it is written by Lawrence Watt Evans. Lawrence Watt Evans. So he has a bunch of other fantasy stuff. Book 2 in his series is called With a Single Spell, which takes place in the same world. I'd like to check out the rest of his books. They look pretty interesting.
Check it out too.
I'm reading a Magic series myself right now. Well, I'm rereading it because the last of the books came out finally. So I'm like starting again from beginning, moving up. And it's sort of like a modern day fantasy. But one of the things I like about it is it's almost like a very adult Harry Potter in a way. It's like I'm trying to describe it. Because it follows a guy who's in this world. You are born with a single magic attribute in a category. And depending your category, depends your strength. For example, let's say you were born a fire mage. Well, there's the basic magician, an adept, and a full-on mage. Magician, you can maybe like make a small flame in your hand. You can't do much of anything. Like you can feel magic, slightly make sparks, but ultimately you're worthless. That is your capability you're born with. There's no changing it. You're an adept. You know some very basic fire magic that's very limited and linear. If you're a mage, the entire element that you're born into is open up to you. So you can do crazy things, anything that's fire-based, you can mess with, so on. But you're confined to that specific attribute along that line. So, like, for example, like, they have, like, health mages who can heal and do stuff. They're the most hated mages because everyone needs them. Nobody likes them because their magic only works on touching another human body. All their magic resolves touch. They can fix damn near anything, but at the same time, they can kill you in an instant if they wanted to. And the main guy we follow his magic is prophecy. He can see the future. That's it. He has no magic power, no ability to cast spells, whatever. He just sees the future at all times. So for him, it's extremely limited, but the same as the greatest utility because everyone wants to have one of those guys around as the ultimate sniffer. Like he can go explore places. He can stand in a second in 5 seconds, do 100 futures at once, like going days exploring routes, trying to see what happens if I do this, 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 and this, with the only limitation being what are other people's reactions. And it's also a magic so powerful that he says you have to train to unlock its potential, and if you're not careful, it will just be on all the time, drive you insane, and destroy your mind.
Did you say the ultimate sniffer, or did I hear things?
No, he said ultimate sniffer.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, it's like there's one point where it's like he wants to get into a house, so he stands outside for like 5 seconds. With those 5 seconds, he's tried every single aspect of trying the house, checking for booby traps. So like he'll just see himself in the future. Oh, I open this door. Oh, I get melted in acid. I check this window. I get blown up and incinerated. So in a few seconds, he can do thousands of different possibilities of just trying to break into this house that's booby trapped to get in there and find an object. And then after it's done, he just goes in, follows that route. Good. And because it's so well tuned, he can't necessarily be assassinated because as soon as he gets like, oh, in 5 seconds I'm dead, that means something's about to kill me. What do I do to change that future? So it's all thing where he lives in a magic world where he is one of the most sought after mages because of utility, but he's also one of the most weakest. And it's a realm where you have two factions. You have dark mages, which believe in might makes right. If you have the power to do it and to endure the consequences of your actions, you do whatever the hell you want. Then you have the light mage council, which is basically globalist, where they set the rules in quotes. They don't follow it though, and it's like heavy backstabbing, politicking. Both sides are essentially in it for themselves, and it's just everyone else below trying to survive. And it's like modern day, and you just whatever you do, don't.
Yeah, I keep getting reminded of Biden. He's the ultimate sniffer.
That's what I thought of. That's what I thought, Terminus, when I heard it. I was like,
and he checks for booby traps too.
Yeah, just the wrong kind of booby traps.
Checks to make sure there's no booby traps yet.
Yeah, right? I think when they start developing booby traps, he gets disinterested.
The funny thing is, there's actually, I think it's I don't know if it's a Ukrainian or a Russian show, but it's called The Sniffer. And it's this guy that has like a really well-developed sense of smell, and he solves crimes.
Human bloodhound.
Yeah, he's
a right.
Bloodhound. I want to say it's Ukrainian. Or, yeah. But it's
funny because
he'll
probably be their next president then.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but one reason I like that book
assuming
so
Ukraine
much,
is still around.
I'd have to wait and see on that.
To be determined.
Yep. But yeah, one reason I like that book series so much, it has one of my favorite characters. It's it's basically a magic creature that's essentially a giant 10-foot tall tarantula. But she has the personality of the sweetest grandmother you'll ever meet. Like, she's a seamstress. Very nice, very sweet. She speaks and sounds like a grandmother. And she's nearsighted, but she looks like a giant tarantula. So when she meets a person for the first time, she literally will get up right in their face to look at them. But you're staring down at what looks almost like a man-eating spider.
I just got a weird visual from that one. I just thought of the movie Krull, where he had to go into the web and talk.
God, that was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I want to go back and rewatch that. That and Beastmaster. There is like stuff in there that always kind of
there are some good
out.
fantasy stories out there that were caught on film that were pretty damn good. Krull, it's kind of cheesy, but at the same time, it's got some great concepts in it, man. The whole fact that he had
can only see their death.
Yeah. That not a great character? He knew when he was going to die, and he didn't care. He was the guy at the front, because he knew when he was going to meet his demise and how he was going to do it. It was pretty cool. I love the fire steeds too. Of course, that was a pretty cool effect back then.
Yeah, it's been a while. And the one thing when I was a kid that always freaked me out is like when they killed like the enemy soldiers, there's like the worms in their heads that would go and burrow into the ground. Yeah. That always like
sound and all
I was really young.
Yeah, scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, freaked.
I felt the same way about Chekhov in Wrath of Khan.
Oh yeah.
Well played. Well, okay, that's nice. I like that.
It's a little different though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a happy ending. So,
but any bugs or worms entering or exiting your head,
the
that
whole
one
worm
doesn't do it for me.
Oh, yeah, that's always the most terrifying stuff.
Yep. Let's see here. Wow, 83. Yeah, so I was like 9.
I was a senior in high school. That was the same year that Return of the Jedi came out. Yeah,
I was finishing up my first tour of the Czech border.
Yep.
Ninth grade.
Actually, when that movie came out, I was taking the summer off before joining the Army, before I joined the military police corps.
Nice. Oh, okay. All right. Because I was already on the Czech border pulling border patrol.
I took the entire summer off. I joined August 31st of 83. Yep.
Yeah, Krull is definitely one of those movies I think that was semi-inspired by the success of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
There was
most definitely, and they couldn't make Lord of the Rings back then. If you remember, the Lord of the Rings they made was the Bakshi film, where they superimposed live action figures with animation.
Yes.
And they actually told like half the first 2 books. It actually ended with the Lord of the Rings movie that was animated. Ended with the battle at Helm's Deep.
Yeah, Return of the King.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a
Return of the King was a
that
TV
was
show.
great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. It was good stuff.
Yep, I agree.
Back when we still had creativity.
Well, that was the best they could do back then.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. When I saw the trailer for the first for Fellowship of the Ring, I damn near jumped out of my chair. Me and my wife were at the movies, and I think we were seeing X-Men. It was one of the first movies when we were dating around the turn of the century, and it was coming out Christmas of 2001, I think. And they had trailers out like a year beforehand, and oh my God, when I saw it and I saw those guys, they showed everybody walking through that, when they walk over the hill the first time. Oh man, they showed that and I was like, oh my God. And she was like, what? I said, trust me, this is going to be fantastic. They're fixing to put Lord of the Rings on film. And she didn't even know what the hell it was. And when we went and saw it the first time, she had been trying to read it before she saw the movie. And she just, how Tolkien is, man. Unless you're into it, it's not an easy read. And she got about halfway through the first novel. And I'm sitting there. I haven't read it since I was 11. And it's 2001. I'm 36 years old, right? And I'm reliving it as I watch it. And when we came up to the part where Boromir tries to redeem himself, in the final battle there, I was like, oh my God. And she goes, what? I said, don't worry, you're fixing to find out. Because she hadn't read that part of the book yet. And they captured it so well on screen. I was blown away, And she's like, wow, that's how he met it. I said, yeah, shit. It was so great. It really was. That's still my favorite one of the trilogy is Fellowship. It's just so awesome.
So I need to get this real quick from Toxic Manflu for $10. Says the mere mention of a 12-minute Brahmadeus song caused my computer to attempt to rip out the CPU. Imagine if I played the thing. Yeah, so Toxic he's having some computer issues right now.
Oh man,
he's had a lot of blue screens. So hopefully he can join us soon. And I just see he sent me another text. Let me take a look at it real quick. So just uninstall the latest quality update. Yeah, hopefully that stabilizes your system, dude. So yeah, jump back on if you can, man. I understand if you can't. That sucks.
It does suck. We're with you, brother. We've been there.
Oh yeah,
Worst case scenario, just grab an Ubuntu image and burn that baby on there.
It was all that extra work on the She-Hulkies.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still haven't been able to watch it yet. Did you guys have a good time doing that?
Oh, we had a
great time.
It was a good time.
Like the first hour is us, doing the She-Hulkies, and
I'm going to catch up on my weekend streaming here pretty soon, hopefully.
I still have a friend. She hates that show. Is still messaging me every day. Like every time she messages me, like, "Hey," I'm like, "What's up?" And then immediately next line every time for the past 5 days has been, "I fucking hate She-Hulk."
Well, we have some ad spots we can play.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Culture Casino's introduction is brought to you by Weave Chinos Super Duper Extra Hold Weave Glue. Fool everyone with Weave Chino hair weave products just like I, Christopher Walken, do. Available online. Not yet FDA approved.
Right.
Oh, not FDA approved. That sounds like a win in my book.
Yeah,
I really do hate hearing myself.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, but you're great at it, bro.
No, seriously, dude, this next one you did is fantastic.
Oh.
Sean Connery here. Brahmabull's introduction is brought to you by Bull's Milk, a proud sponsor of tonight's show on penis. Sometimes I shit in my parlor and drink it by the quart. Brahmabull's Milk, it smells like paper mache, and a hint of Ursula Andress used panties. I rewrote that one so many times just to get the line "shit in my parlor."
Oh man!
You need to add a picture of Az in the corner of that first one, just staring at the woman.
All that's missing is the ultimate Sean Connery line. Your mother likes it.
That's not what your mother said.
Your mother likes it. That's not what your mother said last night.
Suck it, Trebek.
Shuck it, Trebek. Shuck it long and shuck it hard.
Yeah, the Dixie boy was fucking funny. All right, the eggplant. All right, let me play the one for Tom.
Tom's introduction is brought to you by his new book, I Am Not Batman. At least I think I'm not Batman, but who knows? Huh? That doesn't make any sense. In this riveting and heartwarming autobiography, Thomas Conyers Jr. explores his darkest corners. That's where Bad Tom likes to hide. His greatest hopes. And his obvious multiple personality disorder. Hey! I don't know. What are you implying?
It's 30 seconds. Just read the print.
Pick up your copy of I Am Not Batman. At least I think I am not Batman, but I am Batman! But who knows? By Thomas Connors Jr. in your local 7-Eleven bathroom. They didn't even get it in libraries? What the fuck? And that's a wrap. I'm going home.
Can we get one more take, please?
Nope. No more takes.
I can't get over how the award is sexier than the actual She-Hulk from the show. My God.
Oh man,
that was good.
You guys, man, you kill it with the impressions, man. That's crazy.
That is funny.
Yeah,
Tom is just really good at that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Brahma's pretty good at it too. My God,
Yes.
man.
Culture's pressuring me to start doing
I love
Bane.
some Frank Marshall impressions too.
Bane, really?
Yes, I was born in the dark.
You'll have to imagine the fire. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got to work on that one a little bit. So figure out some lines to actually say with it that make sense.
Nice.
Right.
All right, let's put the one for Sporking.
Coming this fall to the Penis lineup, it's Sporking News Nightly. Each week, a new guest host brings you hard-hitting news and commentary covering topics no one cares about. It's been 4,118 days since A Dance with Dragons, but trust Sporking News, the next book is just around the corner.
There was an alternate of that one. We could play the audio for members only.
Oh, yeah.
We never made the commercial out of it, but it was just the audio of it. Let me see if I can find it.
For members only.
Sounds like you guys had a good time with that.
Oh my
Sounds
God,
like it wrecked you, though. I mean, I came in late that night. You guys were exhausted after that show.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't do nearly as much work as everybody else did. Like, seriously, Tox and Culture put in a lot of work. They did most of the... Tox did most of the writing, and Culture did most of the editing of the stuff. So I have to say, you guys did a fantastic fucking job. This one, I think is pretty funny.
If you are in the vicinity of Cactus Crotch, Texas, be sure to stop by for a great meal at Dick's Division Cafe, located just inside the Division Ranch compound and across from the Nickweiser bathhouse. The Double D is open from dawn till dusk. Try our famous goat's ball soup or sink your teeth into a giant Memphis tube steak covered with cream sauce, Comix Division's personal favorite. Spice things up with a side of Mad Mardigan snake dicks and wash it all down with a cold glass of Bull's Milk or Toxic Taylor Tub tequila. The Dick's Division Cafe, where we're always cooking up something mildly edible.
Mildly.
Oh, you're missing some mountain oysters in that ad right there.
Well,
man.
no, that was the... Wasn't that the goat balls, essentially?
Right?
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I can't find that other audio. We may have deleted it.
No.
Oh, no.
It was me doing the horror movie type, or like the movie announcer voice instead of the like newsman voice.
Oh, that would be entertaining.
Is anybody else feeling super cringe from these Wakanda Forever ads?
Anybody
else feeling
I fortunately have been spared them, so
you're not missing.
I've been watching the NFL all day, and it's been on all
Over
day.
and
Disney
over
is blowing
and
it
over.
up. Yeah.
And when it crashes and hits the wall.
I got lucky. I've been blocking them, but then I started looking at the Black Adam ads because there's technically a fiasco because they're trying to cancel the movie because the Spanish ad. If you've seen it, one guy on my Discord and shared it with me. All it says is the Spanish word for black. I'm not even gonna say it because I don't know. YouTube gets temperamental. But you know what the Spanish word for
I know what the Spanish word for black is.
It just is that. That's it. And they're like, hey, "This is offensive. This is be canceled." I'm like, this is a poster in Mexico. There's other posters in Brazil. Like you can even see the signs behind it for the buildings. They're all in Spanish, but they're trying to cancel it anyway. Twitter.
This is another good one here. So, I don't know if you guys know, I like Almond Joy. Apparently, that's like gay code for something, but I thought it was.
It's the coconut that throws me off, brother. It's the coconut.
Apparently,
coconut.
Apparently, it's like gay code or something. I don't know. I thought it was just a fucking chocolate bar.
It's not exactly my favorite. My favorite thing to put in dessert. I don't know. It just doesn't quite work for me.
It's the texture of coconut I can't stand, man. It's not.
I'm
necessarily
not like a huge fan of coconut, but Almond Joy, man. Almond Joy's fucking good. I don't get the hate.
I got nothing against an Almond Joy.
Yeah, Dexter Morgan says you were gay. I'm like, what the fuck? All right.
Because Almond Joy is one step next to soy milk.
This commercial spot is for you, buddy.
Are you starving from the lack of substance in the show She-Hulk Attorney at Law? Are you tired of suffering through entertainment that wasn't made for you, or anyone else apparently? Then unwrap an Almond Joy and let those double mounds of shredded coconut topped with 2 almonds and milk chocolate fill you up. Not a fan of coconut, almonds, and milk chocolate together in one heavenly treat? No worries, because Comix Division likes it and it's his channel. So fuck you and your retarded taste buds. Now back to the show.
That is classic.
I don't know where you found that middle finger thing. That's fucking great. I need to get that. You start using that when I start doing videos again. Jackson Morgan's like, you bastard.
Got me pouncing on keys over here. Oh. Triggered me with the beginning of that ad. Damn it.
What? Oh, She-Hulk? What are you talking about? It's the bestest show ever.
I still love it for like the rumors.
It's
that
the
apparently
biggest
Bill
missed
Cross-
opportunity ever. Oh my god.
What was that, Marksman?
No, I
You
said
what?
it's ends up being the best thing ever because apparently it's pissed off Kevin Feige to the point because it's pretty obvious he's barely watching what's happening in the TV sector, and now he's looking at this like, wait, you did what with the show? This was your whole show? What the hell did I pay?
You made me what?
Ballistic. Yeah, he's apparently going ballistic behind.
Well,
the scenes.
I
You know
love
what?
how
Good for him. Good for
I love how
fucking
like
him.
the fucking MCU stands are like, oh, this is such an own on you. It's like, no, it's not. You know what would be the biggest own?
A good show.
A good
Yeah,
show.
exactly. That's exactly what it would be.
The biggest
It would
own
be
would
just
be taking something from the page of the comic book and putting it on screen. That
bringing it to life.
would be
Well, the
biggest
funny
own ever.
thing, my favorite thing about all this is how they're all calling us a bunch of incels, and like it's like most of us are married. It's like how
Dated a girl. you
yeah.
know.
When's the last time you touched the vagina? When it came out of your mom?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
it. Yeah.
Hey guys, I got out of the house and got married 3 times. I'm a 3-time guy, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, have you even tried it? Have you took a swing at it yet?
Yeah, it's like they just tell on themselves, like, "Oh, you're just an incel." So I'm like, "Oh, so you do live at home and just spend all day on the computer because you don't do anything with your life."
Ejection.
what the hell happened,
Got
Joe?
shot to the moon there.
Yeah, that's a good guy. Okay.
Nah, it's wire discipline. That's what it
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Happens from time to time.
Yeah.
So Darius says, Comix Division knows the secret Almond Joy handshake. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, and don't ask. I have no idea.
Don't get the Almond Joy hate. That's all I say. It's a fucking chocolate bar with coconut and
That
almonds.
pairs well with soy. That's really where all the hate comes from.
Bro.
It's Almond Joy is always paired with soy milk. Don't know why. That's the thing. That's what I learned here in LA.
But that's LA. Like everything is
Maybe-
paired with soy milk.
Yeah,
mean,
I was gonna
come
say
on.
LA is paired with soy milk.
Yeah.
I think LA is soy milk. But
It's like you could
It
be
is.
eating. I would say you'd be eating a steak, but I'm sure it would probably be some sort of vegan substitute for steak with soy milk.
That tastes exactly like the same thing.
No, I think the thing is just with because the Almond Joy and the soy milk pairing has been around longer than when people actually started going crazy with the soy here. That's something I just noticed. Like that, it predates the soy wars essentially.
Soy wars. Whatever the hell that is.
Soy
You know, just
wars. That's
usual,
funny.
where it's like
Yeah.
everything must become vegan, and they slowly threw themselves into the industries.
What do
here,
they
so-
do? Glare at each other in an odd fashion or something? Soy war?
I have no idea. Maybe they glare at each other longingly or something. Did we lose Brahmabull? No, there he is. Huh? It looks
No,
like you're in
he's
here
there.
twice, dude. That's weird.
Toxic! Here he comes! Here he
Talk to me.
comes! Come
By the
on,
way,
you can make
Elagabalus,
it.
man, how you hanging in there, man? As he's very quiet
He's
and muted.
on mute.
Gab, you're Elagabalus, you're muted.
Yeah,
I think
Oh.
Toxis killed them. Yep.
he just dropped.
I said we got infected. We now know who was the infected.
Docs, you back?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here. So it was the latest Windows cumulative quality updates.
Oh,
Dude,
so
get
by,
Ubuntu on that computer.
Wow.
by quality, Microsoft means shit.
That's right.
It's made your avatar smaller.
I put Ubuntu on this computer, but I do not have a small penis. So there you go.
Oh,
I can't do that.
dude.
What? Oh, what?
I do see the
Hi.
issue there. Yeah.
I
Hi.
thought Ubuntu was a different language for gay. It's not?
It's African, as a matter of fact.
It's African for something else. Oh, sorry.
Oh, so it's eight.
Come together.
Linux is
Awesome.
Yeah.
yeah. I knew the guy. I talked to him. Talked to him a lot.
Okay.
I heard Linus Torvald is a prick.
Oh, he can be a
yeah.
dick. He can be an absolute dick.
Now he
Elagabalus,
is,
you're
yeah.
back. Sorry, guys.
Elagabalus, you're back, sir. How are you, sir?
While you were doing pop stuff, I was typing.
Oh, okay. What were you typing?
I'm doing some history research.
Interesting.
I hear a cat.
Yeah, that's Tabitha. She's demanding entrance into my office. Let me go let her in real quick.
She has to let the boss in.
So you say you're not on camera, man. You could definitely do that.
Well, I had a cat step on my keyboard, almost
deleted.
Almost deleted Brahmadeus.
Oh no!
No. Luckily, there's hundreds of versions on Gilded.
Yeah. Larry Craval hates Almond Joy. I'm not legit. I'm not offended if people hate the candy. I honestly don't care. I just think it's funny. It's like
the coconut, man. That's what.
Apparently, it is the pineapple on pizza of the candy world.
It is. Bro.
Well, that and candy corn.
Fuck candy corn. Candy corn is basically flavored earwax.
Right?
Pretty much.
I don't get the allure. No, I totally agree. Totally agree.
My wife loves candy corn. I hate it.
I know.
I tried to try it once as a kid. I was like, I always see it. It doesn't look appetizing. When I hold it in my hand, just the texture already is sending me like red flags. I'm like,
yeah.
This feels like
See, I have a theory about candy corn. There's only 2 or 3 bags made every year, and they keep getting passed around to other kids.
Yeah, they're recycled, right? Regifted, whatever.
Exactly. That and what is it? Those
I want
rubber
you
cakes.
all to know that I'm fondling 2 nuts right now.
Wow.
That's for you.
Holy God.
Brother,
Chocolate
get off
covered-
the stream if you're going to go there.
It must be
Come
Brahma's.
Chocolate covered nuts. Oh, there's 4. There's 4 in this pack.
Bro.
In this package of
Look, if you're going to do duck
Almond
stuff,
Joy.
get off the stream, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, this. I don't have
He's made
anything
alien
to express
contact.
how gay that is, other than this.
Oh my God, the cock.
Oh wait, no, I have this.
Pass me the meat and give it to me raw.
That's the worst.
Oh my
That's
God.
absolutely the worst because wow.
That is
Hey,
bad.
nuts are
Comedy
full
gold.
of protein.
No Green Rocks made a version of that with my avatar and Mrs. Flu's avatar. With
Yes,
me
he
saying, give me the meat and give it to me raw. Because she came in here one night, I think when Carrie was on Monday, and slapped me with a piece of bologna. Actual, in the face. It
And
made
then
a
you could hear him
sickening
eating
sound.
it.
And then I ate it.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
What else is he gonna do with it?
I did find the alternate audio for that other commercial.
Oh, you gotta play it.
It's ready to be shared.
Oh, is
That's
that what you're
probably
sharing?
the other Brahma that you're seeing.
Oh, okay. I was like, wondering what the fuck that was. Oh, here.
Boomer
No
didn't
audio.
share audio.
Is it not playing?
No.
No,
All right.
we got a
Put
music
audio.
symbol.
Audio.
That's what we got.
I'll mess around with it. I know it's sharing audio, so I'll figure it out. Put it in a different format.
Yep. Didn't hear Jack.
Yeah, before I forget, though,
Jack.
just wanted to share. I dropped it in the private chat. It's a Kickstarter for a comic series I've been following. Just some of you guys might be interested. It's basically like a redhead bounty hunter in the Wild West, if the Wild West is overrun with demons.
That looks cool, man. That's
It
why I was
sounds a
asking you about
lot
it there.
like fuck, I can't remember the
Solomon
name of the game.
King.
No, I was gonna say it sounds like a. There was a tabletop game that was kind of like that. It's a Weird West type game, but I'm totally fucking blanking on it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it. But I know
Yeah.
what name you're talking about. Oh, yeah, it's a bit like that. The whole style.
It looks fucking cool though.
It
The
does.
artwork looks
It looks
good.
really cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Man, fucking Kickstarter screwed me over on this one. I thought I had the alert set up for this. Like when I started following this, the guy had just dropped the 4th issue, and then I was
Deadlands, thank you,
and then boom, I'm like, it's 8 issues in. Oh my god, what the hell, Kickstarter?
Thank you, Darius. Deadlands, that's what it's called. But yeah, cute redheaded woman. I'm game. That looks pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, first story arc is you got these demon crows that go around.
Damn, that
devouring,
actually, look
possessing
at
the
that
body of
artwork. It
children.
looks fucking great.
Hey,
They
am
actually
I
have an
the only
actress who
one that
plays
was
the girl.
disappointed that
Interesting.
Elsa wasn't a redhead in Werewolf by Night? Am I the only one that was disappointed by that?
No, she's supposed to be redhead.
You got
That's
the
what I'm
live
saying.
action
She wasn't.
for that.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
Okay.
So
Dude,
yeah,
I
recommend
gotta
this one
fucking
'cause-
back this. Is this Kickstarter? Yeah, I'm backing the shit.
Yeah,
right now.
it's 8. This is for issue 8. You can buy the previous 7 issues 1 through 6. The first story arc, which is the Demon Crows, Those are bundled together into a single issue omnibus you can get for the first arc, and then there's 2 spin-offs you also can get, which is the Cursed Tales Anthology and the Heart of Ambition, which is a pirate before that basically how he became immortal, because he's the character that shows up, and his journey going through the Caribbean before he ends up stuck in the Midwest because he's now cursed with immortality. And the other one's Messenger Runner, basically her going down, just her doing her job and what it's like being a messenger runner in this supernatural, very dangerous Wild West. Like, so it's like, yeah, as I said, it's 8 issues in. So this isn't like you're backing brand new. This guy's been doing this regularly, so you're going to get your shit. It's been very good, as you can even see with the art. As I said, it's like very high recommend.
Okay, so issue 8, complete digital set. Redhead soft cover. Collector's combo. That's all 8. Hardcover.
The 75 you can get hardcovers.
Yeah, the hardcover that has like the first 6.
Yeah, the hardcover is the first 6.
Okay.
Because that's the first story arc, which is the Demon Crows all put together. That's the first story arc. Complete.
Okay.
The link you put up was the Kickstarter page, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I saved it. I can't deal with that right now. I'm in the middle of this stream and watching the Dolphins. So. But it looks cool.
How the Dolphins doing?
They're doing good. They're hanging on to a 6-point lead in the third. So.
Yeah, I saw, what was it, Jay going at Melody Mac over that, and all I just saw her was putting gifs of her angry, so I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure who's winning that.
Hey, man, you see some of the best stuff on Twitter during games, man. It's ridiculous, some of the stuff they put up.
So this is kind of an offbeat question, but it kind of fits. But what about Ripa 59's comic?
Young Ripa?
Yeah.
I still need to read it.
Good. It's good.
Okay,
it was good.
I finally
I've been
got
wanting to
around
buy it,
reading
but I'm kind of broke right now, so I can't do that. But
it's good. It's of course, it's an introduction to the universe.
Okay.
And actually, you get a little bit of an introduction to the cosmic side of the universe as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's layers to it. Most of the first issue has to do with Isom himself and his support system. And it's a good first issue, man. I mean, he can't tell the whole story in once. There's an epic battle that happens, and he actually is encountered by 3 different levels of people. And it's a good first issue. It really is. It's good.
I'm so glad to hear that, because I was like really glad to hear he was raking it in. On
he did. He did dynamite on the push for it, but the book itself. See, I gave it a 9 out of 10, guys. We talked about this on another stream, and I gave it a 9 out of 10. The only reason why I gave it a 9 instead of a 10 is because some of the action parts of it, like there's one part of it when they did the comic shop talk, Nickweiser show, me and another member in the chat were discussing whether or not he had actually phased during a fight, or if it was just a sidestep.
Yeah,
with,
I know what part you're talking about. Yeah, that was one of my big issues.
And the reason why we had questions about it is because even the guy he was fighting was like, "Oh, you can do that." So it was kind of questionable what he was doing
with
there.
The powers for Isom's.
Yeah,
so,
and we were wondering what it was, and
okay, so that's something we have to look forward in the future then.
Yeah, exactly. There's questions there. We don't really know what happened in that exchange. So, there's there are some cliffhangers to it, and a lot of it has to do with the support group around Isom. I thought it was a good issue. I really did.
I actually ended up giving it to all my coworkers because a bunch of them also like comics. So when I brought it up, they saw it. So they asked me to bring it in. I handed it off, and they all checked it out. They all loved it instantly. They've been out of comics for like a couple of years each.
Yeah.
But the way he introduced,
well,
I do like the idea.
Well, it's pretty simple. I mean, he didn't go woke with it. He didn't. It's not racial. It's not. It's just characters trying to do their thing, man. He's stepping into a world he doesn't want to be part of anymore, and there's a reason why he doesn't want to be part of it. You see it right away. Why he doesn't want to be part of it anymore. but he's
Mhm.
sucked back into it by his sister.
Yeah.
So you know,
I gotta show you
it
guys
works
something
as a
real quick.
perfect introduction because
Go ahead.
like he's been outside of it for years. He's getting back in, and as he's getting back in, he has to sort of
Oh my
refamiliarize
God.
it. So, like, I'm still learning.
Is that core member?
Yes, it is. I believe
Likely.
core member has
Where's
been
Az at? We
destroying
need
you
to
tonight.
judge those tits.
That's wrong.
Oh man, you know what? I've been
my
having
God.
trouble with my machine, and this is what core member does to me. I expect nothing less than this from one of the best members of the meme.
God, when did Lance Revolve get so old?
Look at that.
Oh,
Look at
isn't that
that.
fun? Oh my god, I love it.
that's right.
I love the references.
That's right. That's how I feel about it right there. Ugh.
So the funny thing is that a good friend of mine, he's no longer with us. He used to be part of the hacker community back in the day, and he would often he actually got banned from Wikipedia because he kept defacing Linus Torvalds' page. It was so funny.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
The wife just came in here and asked me if there was something I needed to tell her after seeing that image of me as She-Hulk transitioning. Yeah. So
You know, Twitter
I'm
is
gonna
in
have
real
to.
life, Mrs. Flu.
Tell her you'll show her later.
Core members.
Just
so
make sure
solid.
which penis it is. So yeah.
Do you have two of them? I don't understand.
It was referring to
One's
that
for the weekend.
meme.
Okay.
For the
Let
meme,
me-
dude. The
let me show
meme.
the meme again.
On the meme. Okay.
Yeah, that basically says
Which one of these things protruding is his penis?
Yes.
all of them.
Yes.
All of them.
It's got to be the curved one, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
It's the longest one.
It's that one that's slightly
Doesn't matter
retruded
that
in
it's
at the top.
thinnest one. It's the
Yeah,
longest.
see the top one there? That's just a little nub at the top.
The one that's just retruding into the.
It's the one right here. There we go. You can see my cursor.
It's broken.
Yeah, it's basically the limp
Broke
one.
dick. There we go.
It's called
Dick
limp.
toxic. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Looks like I need to see a doctor.
Adorable STD.
I think I am gonna sink my teeth into these
Best
two nuts on top of this bed of coconut, though. I tell you.
It's killing me.
I don't know. You know what?
Killing me.
It doesn't matter what what happens. You know what we love, what we don't. I'm talking about all this stuff and everything. Comix does a lot of great tweets about things politically, some witty stuff and things like that. He puts out one tweet about how much he likes Almond Joy, and he gets more hate from than anything
From his
else.
own members. Let me
From
tell
his
you.
own members.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, you like Almond Joy? You know, and they're sitting there.
Gay?
Gay?
Yeah,
What
I
is
saw.
that?
I was wondering, like, why did so many people suddenly just leave and like quit the guild? Or
Well, Mounds is
unsubscribe?
dark
Like,
chocolate covered
you know.
coconut. So what does that mean? I mean, yeah, just whatever.
Mass exodus.
Everyone keeps referencing the fact that Almond Joy has nuts and Mounds don't, and it's like it's just a fucking
okay.
candy, guys.
It's just a commercial.
Yeah.
Sometimes
this
you feel
isn't
like a nut,
Regatta's
sometimes you
bullshit
don't.
Question, is it? I mean, come on.
I mean, at best, it means he's bisexual. Okay.
Well, my whole joke with was sometimes you want to bust a nut, sometimes you don't.
Oh my god!
Oh, so Mounds is a pull-out bar. Got it. Got it. Yeah, well, it's
Sometimes you
covered
just
in
gotta tease it a
chocolate.
little, you know.
But anyway,
Usually, if it's
yeah.
covered in chocolate, you're okay for that. But
By the way, my old nemesis has joined, so it's time to end the stream. But I gotta back you out, talk.
70s, what's up?
oh, you're backing me out. Oh, good. I'm gonna keep playing shit over
It's
his
fine. It's fine.
ass.
I'm actually about to leave.
Keep playing.
Picosecond said he was.
I got your message, Comics. I got your message. You wanted to end the stream. I got your
Yeah,
message.
yeah. So Pico, you gotta leave.
Yeah, I keep having to mute my mic because I keep coughing. And it's getting really annoying, so I'm just gonna drop.
Oh,
All right,
man,
sir.
no.
Well, I hope you feel better.
It should
Yeah.
be good in like 8 days, hopefully. By next time, hopefully it'll be good.
Well, that's good.
Are you going to be there in Orlando?
I wanted to, and then
Oh, okay.
I couldn't really get a ticket, and then Trudeau and traveling was annoying.
Oh, shit.
But now it's cleared up, so actually that isn't a problem anymore. But yeah.
So, how does it feel to know that the future tyrannical government is coming into Canada?
Well, it's already been here for.
It's
Yeah,
been
I know.
been here
But
for years.
It's what, yeah, it kind of has, but now they can really do what they want with you because they've banned the sale of firearms for the most part, at least handguns. But you know what's coming next, right? they're going to go and collect all the ones that are still out there, and then basically the government is going to be able to do whatever the fuck they want.
Shame
with
I
it.
lost my.
It's like it's the reason I never bothered to get my gun license. What's even the point? I know for a fact it's all gonna get taken away anyway. Also, I want to leave. So
well, you're welcome here in the United States.
Yeah, we'll have a mass exodus to the south from Canada, all claiming to seek asylum.
Yeah. So thank you for joining, sir. I hope you feel better, and you take it easy.
Good night, everyone.
Take care. Pico, second.
Night.
Be good.
Night.
The political asylum thing. My wife and I talk about that all the time. It's serious. We'd seriously consider doing that if it came to it.
That would be a more legitimate reason than a lot of the traffic coming in.
Security numbers. We lived there for a few years. We'd seriously consider it. Chris, I lost all my handguns in a recent boating accident. So.
Oh no!
It's a shame.
Damn.
That's awful.
Sorry to hear that.
It was terrible. Yeah. I was so sad.
You know what? You should come to Texas. I know you lived here once before,
Yeah,
but
I did.
You're more than welcome to come back here. And so
Stop running guns to Alaska.
Well, that's those immigration laws, which seem to ignore millions of people coming over the southern border, would be all over us the minute we stepped over the
Well,
Canadian
the
border.
funny thing, what you can do is you can fly to Tijuana and cross over that way.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's true.
That easy.
And just like pretend you speak Spanish and
Arriba.
Yeah.
Words right out of my mind.
Los Bravos.
$40,000.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
That's right.
Or don't dare stop us at
For anyone who thinks that 70s
Macho grassy ass.
Los Lobos Carlos Santana,
Els burritos, eh?
Have any of you guys seen Canelo?
No.
Oh, I just dropped his name in the chat. Pull him up, comics. Just look at this guy and understand.
I've actually seen him box
Canelo,
live
yeah.
for a championship.
He is.
He's a good
Canelo
boxer.
Alvarez.
Redheaded, right?
And he is your average Mexican. He is your average Mexican.
Irish. This motherfucker.
But no, but that's how they look.
God,
That's
yeah,
how they
I
look.
know.
Yeah, he looks
really
Irish,
Irish.
but he's Mexican. Yeah, he's redheaded, right?
Yeah,
I'm
for the
talking
most
about the
part.
same guy, right?
There are redheaded Mexicans.
He's
Yes,
a
there are.
bad
My
dude,
Spanish
man.
teacher
My
was a
grandfather.
redheaded Mexican.
Yep.
There we go.
My grandpa.
Absolutely.
That's Canelo. That is a native-born Mexican. You look
Yeah,
at the
so,
Mexican,
just so
everything,
you
you're
know,
like,
this guy is European descendant. He
I was
he
gonna
basically
say.
is a descendant of the conquistadors.
Yep.
Yeah. That was basically my Spanish teacher. She was pale and redheaded. I was like,
Right.
It's like, wait a minute, how is this possible? It's like, and then you're like, oh, history. That's right. Never mind.
But he's showing Spanish privilege there then.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Spanish privilege.
No, that's
Anybody
Spanish
look
supremacy.
at the picture, you're thinking, wow, that Irishman is built, right?
They're probably
It's like
descended,
Irish.
he's probably descended from Spaniards from Galicia, which is like the in the northeast and the northwest of Spain is and they're known to be like primarily of Celtic descent.
Wow. So this
Yeah,
is
but,
5'8", so I'm actually taller than him.
Comics, you've got to have these things during Dolphin games more often because my wife is watching the game and she's bringing me beers on demand. Yeah.
So comics,
that's
you're on a-
I gotta say, man, that's a good woman.
I'm
you're-
telling you, man. I
Is
just
that-
texted a beer, and she just look. It's even salted with a floated lime. I mean,
Dude,
you know,
Who's
Dude,
bringing
I'm
the
here to
life-size
tell you this.
cutout of?
That is a good
Who's-
one.
I have a question.
Do
Who's
not
bringing the
have her
life-size
throw those
cutout?
beers at you.
No, that would hurt.
That's
she's
all
not
I'm
throwing
saying.
them. She's delivering them,
Don't.
my brother.
Don't go, Reuben.
I was saying, who is bringing a life-size cutout of comics so we can walk them around Universal Studios?
Right?
Shouldn't be
It
too
would be
hard.
hilarious.
So
How
comics,
quickly.
I'd put,
Andy
is,
Masterson will bring it.
I'd put it up
Oh my
against each. Put it up against all of the you can't be this high to walk.
Well, there's
or
that.
tall.
He'll place me next to every glory hole that he
Do it.
finds.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
that.
Andy should
Thanks
do a
for the
whole thing
visual.
like Mr. Bill from SNL, the old, little Play-Doh
yeah.
guy.
Oh no, Mr. Bill.
It won't be difficult to carry it around. You can fit it in your pocket after all, if it's life size.
You know, the sad thing is Andy will probably have it hanging out of his crotch.
Oh,
so comics. I want to ask you something because you're an anthropologist. I believe it to be true that red hair isn't just a Celtic thing, but actually there were successive waves of Celtic-haired people from Asia and the East that populated Europe over time. And there were even Chinese, red-haired Chinese or Asian races 20, 30, 40,000 years ago. It was actually a lot
those
more
are actually
prevalent.
Europeans that they found, because
Yeah.
you have the red-haired mummies, and they actually did the DNA testing on it, right? And they were actually from Europe.
It was a lot more prevalent than we would think today globally.
Yeah, well, I mean, the funny thing, okay, so I talked about this before. So when they were trying to use the Cheddar Man as the defense for having like black elves, dwarves, and people in Europe, the funny thing is that the guy from the Hollywood Reporter who brought it up failed to. He basically cited this article, which I ended up reading, and it's proof that he didn't fucking read it. Because what happened is when you start having the waves of people coming out of Africa, right? They had darker skin. You know, they weren't like modern Africans.
No.
But they definitely had straight black hair, darker skin, and these people basically just migrated into Europe and Asia. Okay. And so as time went on and people were further up north, obviously, and like I said, at this point in time, light skin did not exist. All right. Because, humans developed closer to the equator, so they had darker skin. So as these tribes moved up into northern Europe, basically that is where lighter skin developed. And that actually came through successive waves into, southern and mid Europe. And ultimately, the thing that the guy didn't understand is that modern Europeans, he was saying these are the descendants of modern Europeans, which is absolutely 100% false. Yes, 10% of their DNA still exists in modern Europeans, but overall, they were replaced. Okay? They are not modern Europeans. They either bred into what became modern Europeans or were subsequently wiped out, much like the Neanderthal. That's the thing that these fucking retards don't understand, is that you've had successive replacement of people coming in and out of Europe. It's like, look at what happened with Greece. You had the native Grecians that were there, that were originally, and they were ultimately replaced by the Dorans when they migrated in. So this is something that has happened all throughout Europe, all over the world. But it's the reason why light skin became dominant is because obviously the further away from the equator you get, the less dark your skin needs to be, because you can't absorb vitamin D from the sun. That is a very important thing.
Yeah,
a black man living all the way up in northern northern Europe without a vitamin D supplement will get rickets.
Yeah. And the populations that inhabit Britain now they've only really been there for the last 2,000 or 3,000 years. I mean, there were successive previous hunter-gatherer populations that either died out or were wiped out by climate changes or floods or whatever, and then were replaced gradually again by those moving back over to those islands over thousands of years. They're on their how many iterations of population we don't know, because there was no written record, but the archaeological record suggests there was, every 5 or 10,000 years, those groups were either left or were wiped out and were replaced by new ones. And there wasn't that many of them anyway. There was, you're talking a population like 6,000-7,000 years ago in the UK of maybe 10, 20, 30,000 people maximum in the entire islands. Anyway.
So Skip was asking were anything
they all rock
white
and roll,
or brown
don't they?
skinned.
They all rocked.
They were beige, probably.
Well,
they probably weren't white, but they probably weren't super dark either.
Well, we do have we can look at Toxic if you ever showed his face, we'd be able to see what a Neanderthal looked like.
Absolutely.
But the funny thing is, the whole
That's
thing
why
with
Mrs.
Neanderthals,
Blue loves him so much.
they are so close to Homo sapiens. I love this book that I read when I was in college that basically said that if you were to give them a hat and coat and stick them in the middle of New York, you wouldn't recognize them as being other than just like a normal person.
Geico says that's completely not true.
What's that?
Geico said that's completely not true.
What's not true?
The caveman commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I think I'm actually descended from Homo erectus for various reasons, but
How funny is that?
That'll be Drew, especially.
That'll be Drew. Yeah, he's the last.
You know,
surviving
I just got a vision in my mind when you said the caveman commercials. I'm sitting there thinking, were those the first woke commercials there were?
No.
Was that the
Nah.
first ones?
No.
Was that the first ones saying, "Hey"?
Oh, the Geico commercials.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm joking.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. That's what's been. I've been on my mind of a bit. That's been on my mind.
So easy a caveman.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But, hey, have y'all remember the Geico commercial with that shows that a bunch of these all these guys on playing with their smartphones and it says first of all the guy says can the switching to Geico to save a bunch of money on car insurance, and then he says do people use smartphones to do dumb things? Y'all remember that commercial?
Yeah.
Just and all the guys that are doing this you see all these guys doing messing with their smartphones and being just acting all dumb and stuff and then they're I believe even saw their boss. I remember seeing, if I remember correctly, I saw their boss in that commercial, and that boss was a black lady, and I wonder if that was like in that some like woke like low key racist ballpark, you know.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me with the founding of Geico, because Geico is literally government employees insurance company.
There it is.
That's what they started out as.
Mhm.
That's why it's called Geico.
But one of the funniest campaign ads ever is those guys right there. Oh my god!
Honestly,
Some of the
my
stuff
favorite
they've
one
done is
was the
hilarious.
Snickers one. I've showed this one before. Let me pull it up because it's so fucking hilarious. It was the 2020 election with basically George Bush and Al Gore, but it as like
2020
like an animated elephant and a donkey. Let me look it up real quick. Snickers.
Yeah. And it's also, there's a reason why Progressive is called Progressive, the insurance company.
Why is that?
That was deliberately picked for that name, and it didn't mean because it was making advancements in insurance.
No.
No, it was picked because it was progressive people that founded it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so this is the 2020, or excuse me, 2020. I always say 2020. The 2000 Snickers commercial. Greatest thing fucking ever, man.
Oh, okay.
Back when politics could be funny.
For me, my dad was president. I even look like my dad.
Yes.
Big deal. My dad was a senator. Yep.
We have the same shoe size. And
Yeah, well, I invented the internet. Lots of other stuff, too.
once my mom thought I was my dad.
Space shuttle. That was mine.
On the phone, people think I'm my dad.
That's me. I'm on TV.
We have the same name. My dad and I, that is.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Peanuts, caramel, and chocolate. That ought to hold you.
My dad and I wear the same pants.
I invented pants.
Hungry?
I invented pants.
I invented pants.
That's good.
That's probably
The Democrat invented everything. Yes.
That's what converted comics to being libertarian. He's the guy in the middle.
I just remember that. I was like, that is the most brilliant fucking commercial
It was.
ever.
That was a good
That
one.
sums up the 20. Sorry, I keep going 2020. It's the 2000 election in a nutshell.
It was.
I actually remember that now as a kid. I'm like, oh my god, I recognize that commercial.
Such a good commercial.
I invented pants.
I invented pants.
Rock
Just
box.
a both of them, just the pettiest bitches.
My dad and I wear the same pants. Sometimes my mom, one time my mom thought I was my dad.
I think advertising went downhill in a progressive way when Coke started doing their "I'd like to teach the world to sing" adverts in the 70s.
Oh,
So it was
yeah.
downhill all the way from there. Hippy dippy
It
shape.
was a
You guys
height,
know what?
but it was at a height.
You know I love sports ball, and the Super Bowl commercials have gone to shit. They used to be
Absolutely.
hilarious, and they
Absolutely.
have gone super
I was-
bad now.
One of the reasons I don't watch anymore.
They are bad. The best beer commercial I've ever seen is one where this guy's teaching. What does he do? He pours a beer down the center of the glass, right? And without spilling a drop of it. And the guy asks him, "How'd you learn to do that?" He goes, "Oh, it's nothing." And it's this guy you've seen in so many Chinese movies. He goes, pour down center to release carbonation and aroma again, and he keeps yelling again. He's like he's pouring this beer, being drugged by a horse and getting whacked in the nuts by the teacher himself while he's split-legged and shit. It's hilarious, man. It is a great commercial, but it's the best beer commercial I ever saw. But yeah, the commercials they have now, they've just it's all special effects now. You know, it's not.
Well, one of the things that I think really kind of ruined it was they kind of repealed, I think, the truth in advertising law, like back in like
They watered it down.
Yeah, they did something, but I want to say it was like maybe early 2000s when that happened. And so that's when we start getting kind of these really weird commercials where you see like a car driving into the ocean. We all know that can't happen.
No.
Yeah, but that was like originally the whole idea behind it is that it had to be like 100%. This product does this, and they couldn't have any kind of like weird thing with a car driving on water or anything like that.
Roger Moore would beg to differ with you on that one.
Oh, shut up.
Roger Moore.
That would be the James Bond character that drove
That's
a
the
car
Lotus.
into the ocean.
Oh, that's right.
Roger would beg to differ with you.
Like, why couldn't our
Hey,
advertisements just
Roger
go like,
Moore is not a real person.
Not
Oh, he's not. If you've ever seen Cannibal Run, he's not a real person.
like Sean Connery.
Sean, yeah, I don't know. Roger's pretty good, you know. I'm all right. You know, Roger Moore. I was James Bond, you know.
Bond. James Bond.
Not that other chap. I was also the Saint.
Hey, but
Yeah, that was a great series. I like that
the
one.
Saint. Yes.
The Saint.
The Saint.
The Saint sitting up in his room.
Actually, that 70s rock fan started a new movie. Yeah, it was called The Taint, and with 70s rock fan.
It's called The Stank.
Yeah. Yeah. He's caught in between two immovable forces, and he really doesn't want to go down. So, you know.
And he had Taco Bell for lunch. He can't find a bathroom.
What
I
do
remember
do?
the Saint in the original black and white, the best.
Mexican pizza looks the same going in as it does coming out.
That's when you mentioned Alban Joy. I thought that's what the Satan has in the chamber, ready to go every day.
I'm going to eat this almond joy on stream with you if you're not careful. You know what? I actually just uploaded something that's just for you. Fuck you and your retarded taste buds.
I just looked at the commercial I was talking about in the private chat. Check that out.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, you'll enjoy that.
All right, let me pull it up.
Anyway, you were talking about cars in the water.
Yeah, you know what?
Truth, I think a little bit of truth in advertising might have worked in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you know, forgive me, Brahma, for saying, but if cigarette adverts had just said, "Smoke Marlboro and your lungs will rot, your lungs will rot, and you'll die at age 40," you know,
The Cowboy Killers.
Yeah, that would have been
that's right.
But that would have been the perfect advert then. Truth in advertising.
How'd you learn to pour like that? It was nothing.
Put on side, no good. Put on center, the release carbonation and aroma.
We can't fucking make a commercial like that anymore.
Okay.
Pour down center.
Perfect.
Jesus, core member is just killing it.
That is the best, man. That's the best beer commercial ever. If
Yeah,
you've
like,
ever practiced martial arts, that is the best.
I gotta share this. This is so fucking funny.
Uh-oh. Look out. What do you
ever
got?
want to know what I look like as a fucking Neanderthal?
Oh, no.
Geico evolution stops here.
wait.
We got to share it.
Oh, fuck. It's not sharing automatically.
No, it's not shared.
God, he's going to be in the mouth of a saber-toothed tiger.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Wow. That's nice.
Where's
I
the
like
photo
that.
shop? I don't
That's
see
pretty
it.
convincing.
That's the thing.
You know, the annoying part about that commercial is, does anybody know what the
Evolution
annoying part of that
stops
commercial
here,
is?
huh?
Yeah, that's a fucking great Photoshop.
That is an excellent Photoshop, but still, the most annoying part about that commercial is, I'm not making this up either. It's the fact that the cavemen is my alma mater at CUNA High School.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Okay, we got another one I got to share real quick, and this time I'll remember to add it.
Oh yeah, let's watch. Just watch this.
I can't believe you made it.
Is that you? Stanley, how's by you? Long time no see, big hug.
Hey, big hug.
Big hug.
Wow.
Wow. When's the last time I saw you, Stanley?
My brother John's wedding 15 years ago.
I love how when Walken used to be on SNL, he would literally just be staring directly at the cue cards off to the side the whole time. The whole time he never memorized a single word of his lines. He just read them the whole time.
Cue cards. Yeah.
Oh
He's like, no, just write all the words. Don't put any don't put any punctuations in. I got that part covered. I'll do the punctuations myself. Wow.
He could have been president by now.
Why comics like Almond Joy is not used as a suppository?
Oh god!
Oh my god! Well,
excellent.
That's kind of funny. I don't use them as a suppository, so
it's bumpy for comics' pleasure.
Always read the label is what that means.
Yeah.
I'm eating an Almond Joy right now.
Stick that coconut chocolatey goodness in your mouth, Toxic Man Flu.
Oh yeah.
His nuts are small, but they're tasty.
Oh, Jesus.
I actually posted a picture underneath this one on Twitter of the Almond Joy that I'm eating right now.
Oh.
That's right.
Not my penis. Reuben, don't get excited.
Oh, shit.
Unless you can play a piano with your penis, it's a complete
This is my
waste of
southern
time
accent.
having
Yeah, that's true. I can. Oh, I
There we
saw
go.
that
There-
image.
there's
Oh
the
god,
Almond Joy.
there it is.
Oh,
right
look,
there.
crap.
The thing about that guy playing the piano with his penis, he could only reach the white notes. He couldn't reach the black notes. So
That's right.
that is.
Are you talking about Zelensky again?
All I have to say, 70s is nice tits. That's all I'm saying.
Tits were good. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a video from when Zelensky was doing stand-up comedy where he played the piano with his dick.
Wow.
Now that man's in charge of a country.
God!
Now that man's got hundreds of billions of our dollars.
Hundreds of billions of
Just saw a picture.
many countries'
All I have
dollars.
to say is that playing a piano with your penis actually takes talent, where basically not having a brain does not. Okay, or losing your brain does not.
Comics,
So.
playing the piano with your penis is very empowering, especially if you're a woman, like what I just saw happen in UK
That's
on their
right.
talent.
Yeah.
Wow.
You haven't seen that yet, comics?
Oh,
No.
comics.
shit.
You
Welcome to the
must-
conversation.
Take it
Well,
on.
you can't show it here.
On public TV.
One at a time.
Show it
folks.
in public TV, but not here. You couldn't show it here.
Yeah, we couldn't show it here. No. However, Magic Poop apparently was at the southern border and has found pictures of that 70s rock.
Brian
band
trying to
cross.
sneak.
Look at that.
I like the tash
There he
actually. I might grow that.
Okay, so real quick, Joe has to go.
Joe, no.
Yeah, I was in the middle of typing to say bye. I got a Twitch stream to start, so you guys be good, and I will see you later. And
Later, Joe.
have a whole lot of fun, okay?
Better Joe.
Thank you,
All right.
Joe.
See
Take
you
care
later,
of
Joe.
yourself,
Take
guys.
care, Joe.
Bye.
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 I can sing La Bamba, so I should be okay.
We've got one more.
Yep,
Did
I
Joe
gotta
not?
go, too. We got that.
Oh, you
surgery
do?
in the morning. I got to go to surgery in the morning.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, best of
All right.
luck.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys. Bye bye.
Later, Lonnie.
Night, Lonnie.
He's going for a strapodectomy.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
pretty intimate there. All right.
Yeah, that's very intimate.
And they didn't even stick around to be punched out.
Yeah, well.
Nope.
I got something for you.
I don't like the way that sounds.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
Moon River. I'm gonna have to get that one from Fletch.
Raw liver.
God, Doc using the whole fist there. Fuck you and your retarded taste buds.
Oh, I love that.
I hope that was a stunt hand you used for that, not your real hand. A stunt double hand.
Right. That was not.
Ow. Come on, boy.
That was a stunt hand.
Indeed. Just don't do that at home. Don't try that at home.
However, Culture did find a really great image for the outros that we did. Have you shown the outros in the time that I was trying to repair my stupid ass Windows machine?
We didn't show the outros or the alternate.
We did play the outro. We played some of the ad spots.
Played some of the ad spots. Huh?
Yeah, we'll play Brandon's.
The introduction of Brandon Morse is brought to you by the Morse Code on Twitch, Rumble, Odyssey, YouTube, Instagram, Minds, True Social, Jiggler, Snapchat, Gab, Tinder, MySpace, Google Hangouts, and OnlyFans. That's right, Brandon is more overworked than Joe Biden's handlers at a beauty school. The Morse Code, let's go Brandon. Morse.
You missed Grinder.
It was a shame we missed Grinder on there.
Yeah, I know Grinder would have been a good one.
Even Brandon has standards.
Right. He's on our show so often, I can guarantee you he doesn't.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another one.
Tonight's broadcast of the Shihulkies is brought to you by the movie Simple Comics. Simple Comics is the story of one man's stubborn determination to read super chats no matter how badly he butchers every word. There won't be a dry eye as Simple Comics struggles through super chats from Terminus S, MrTickleTrunk, and Pinochet's helicopter tours. Simple Comics, now in theaters and your favorite streaming service. Except Disney Plus, because fuck those guys.
So, okay.
The retarded taste
What
buds.
is the deal with the clown horn at the end whenever time you say Simple Comics?
What? When I say Simple Comics, the horn just automatically plays. It's like some kind of thing from God. I can't say Simple Comics without it playing. I recorded it like 8 or 9 times. You can ask Mrs. Flu. But every time I said Simple Comics, there it went. I don't know.
Yeah, it gets a
and then
but
what was really bad was I was trying to record some of that stuff. Some of the things, yes, dear.
Do I have to take that away from you?
My penis or the stream deck? I might get to choose.
Take his pacemaker away.
Yeah.
Take his pacemaker away.
I didn't realize that Simple Comics would be the death of me. Fuck you and your retarded taste buds. But every time I tried to record something about She-Hulk, that would play for a long time, and man, it was bad. It was bad trying to record over that.
Yeah, in case anybody missed my joke on Thursday night, that sound I would mean that She-Hulk's an after school special.
Yes, She-Hulk after school.
Yep.
We might be doing that.
Shit, that's for sure.
Oh, we had such a good time with that.
Manager in the background.
I don't believe I've called Culture more names in my entire life.
What? Trying to get ready for it?
Oh yeah. We spent a lot of time on there, and Culture was like this. I was like, "You son of a damn! I'll get it done." Back and forth and back and forth. What do you mean I'm going to add more copy? What is Tom's part that we have to add? Well, back and forth. There's a lot that goes into this. Yeah.
There was certainly a lot. So this is the last one, which I think was pretty funny.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm William Shatner for Dick's Division Ranch Frozen Treats line. Do you often wonder what the president's favorite ice cream is? I don't. But I do wonder what he puts on top of it, because it's had a detrimental effect on his mental capacity. Well, the answer can be summed up in 5 words. It's lead. That's right. Our commander-in-chief is dumber than sonar in space because he's huffing lead like hair on a child. I'm sure he's thinking only a dog-faced pony soldier could refuse the sweet taste of this bountiful based metal. Hey, Brandon, that's not candy, dumbass. Don't eat this at home, kids. Instead, we suggest you try our new Kamala Frozen Fellatio Pops. And don't forget Pelosi's Fruit Punch Pops. They're 90 proof. So to all my left-leaning friends out there, put down the paint chips and dig into some mint chocolate chip, Fauci Chino iced coffee, that is, today. and enjoy all of our democratic flavored themes, made fresh in a safe space, just for you. That's right, it's made for you. Dick's Division Ranch Frozen Treats. Most of our products are safe to consume. Mostly.
Mostly. The original of that ad was like 3 minutes longer because he did the William Shatner, like Captain Kirk version.
Oh no!
It paused so much. We were like, it's very long, Tom. And he was like, oh, I can do it the other way, and then just went straight into it. And we were like, much better because I mean, yeah, it was long. The original version.
Yeah, I like the first version. He got lost in the middle of it as Shatner. You know how Shatner takes his pauses are so long, he forgets where he is, and then came back. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was funny. It was just very, very long.
all those freaking skits make me miss all when we used to have entertaining commercials. Like, I remember DirecTV, they had the really funny ones of like your life going to hell if you don't have DirecTV. And it was just always just outlandish and silly, where it's like, oh yeah, if you don't have DirecTV, you're gonna go play sports. You play sports,
you will burn in hell.
Get a black eye. Get a black eye. People think you're tough. They want to know how fast you are. You're gonna wake up in a ditch one day. Don't wake up in a ditch. Get DirecTV. I'm like, what the hell?
Don't wake up in the ditch. Get DirecTV.
My favorite, and I know Nick would love it too, because it was a lawyer one, which was if you have cable, you get tired. If you're tired, don't do your job properly. If you don't do your job properly, the wrong man goes to prison. If the wrong man goes to prison, he's gonna have a lot of time to remember you. A lot of time. And if he has a long time to remember you, he's gonna remember you the wrong way. When he gets out, your house will blow up. Don't let your house blow
I remember
up.
that. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I just love this. A guy getting the mail and his house explodes. It's like, what the hell?
Stunt Brat wasn't saying he's got to go. He said he got to work with Jonathan Frakes.
Oh shit!
Oh,
okay,
wow. That's
okay.
cool.
I misread that. Sorry, my bad.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. Frakes seems like he would be a semi-cool one to hang with. I don't know how crazy he's gone recently, but back in the day, he seemed like it.
I think they've all had to go crazy.
Probably.
Recently, yeah. Hang on.
He probably regrets his womanizing ways as Riker.
Well, I'm just kind of pissed off that Comix Division didn't play the favorite pet that he has. That ad there. So, fuck you, Comix.
Was there actually an ad? I thought it was just an award.
Oh, it was an award.
Yeah, that was an
fuck
award
me.
presentation.
There we go.
We're not doing the whole show.
Nice going, Dixie. Way to fuck things up.
But I think
Sorry
Tox has that
where that
alternate.
came from.
Tox has that alternate audio. I think he said. Or do you,
the
do
one
you still have it?
you? Yeah, I still have it. Let's see. How long is this?
Hang on,
Member
what was
stream
it?
exclusive.
Oh God.
our glorious leader and all his. The one they're missing is the blackface, of course. But
Yes.
That's
and
good.
then there's this one, of course.
How dare you?
How dare you? And that's him.
Great.
But yeah, look at him. I mean, this is even Blackadder season 4 wouldn't have looked as stupid as that.
He looks like Castro.
Man.
He looks like Castro.
Yes.
Yep.
Juliet. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was bringing that up, but then Core Member distracted me with this. You can determine whether or not you want to show that one, Comix.
Wait, which one?
I put
The
link
one he just put in
chat.
private.
Oh no. I saw it. Not sharing that.
Okay.
Okay, now I gotta go look.
Yeah.
That's right. Let's have a look.
I'll read it. It says they them of many talents.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
That's good. All right, let me see here.
God bless you, Core Member.
The dude is
Yep.
based. Him and Sherry. She cuts to the bone. I'm so glad that my wife hasn't learned photo and video editing yet.
I'm just glad they're on our side. Can you imagine what it would be like if they weren't?
Yeah. Well, Sherry only does like 1 or 2 a week on us, but they're brutal when she does them.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they're nasty. I mean, if you look at those ads, you can see my evolution with the video editing tool as it went through the morning, doing that to the end. Because there's the Toxic Man Flu course, which, of course, has been banned in every state now. Thank you.
Yeah.
All
And
right,
you
let
can
me
see I had no evolution. I just put pictures of people with milk mustaches that were made for me by a serious monster on top of the audio.
All right, so I've got that
the
audio,
members exclusive audio.
This is the members exclusive audio. So let me do a little A little bit of magic here.
Okay.
Coming this fall to the Penis lineup, it's Sporking News Nightly. Each week, a new guest host brings you hard-hitting news and commentary, covering topics no one cares about. It's been 4,118 days since a Dance with Dragons, but trust Sporking News, the next book is just around the corner.
I smoked a whole pack of cigarettes within 5 minutes of doing that ad. That's my dedication level.
Okay, so where's Award 2?
Award 2?
Yeah, that's the one where you as the eggplant. Let's just play that one. Oh, that one's pretty funny.
Award 2? Yeah.
The eggplant?
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds long, so. All right, I'll play it.
All right.
It looks like the next presenter is making their way to the stage.
Hello, I'm Dixie, Comix Division's pet eggplant, and I will be announcing the 2022 winner of the Shihulky Award for Most Cringe CGI due to poor CGI. You know, special effects have long been a part of theatrical productions. Greek tragedies often sacrificed live animals on stage. Sound effects ruled during the age of radio, and the silicone dildo revolutionized the porn industry. Special effects bring a scene alive, serving as a distraction from the atrocious acting or enormous plot holes in the script. For as long as special effects have been a part of film, there has been middle school production level efforts even from the big studios. She-Hulk Attorney at Law goes well below that, setting a new low for CGI quality that may never be matched again, at least until season 2 or maybe by this show. What would this show be without images of She-Hulk twerking like green jello? Or mouth being out of sync with the audio track? And the fight scene where She-Hulk looked like a piece of green rubber trying to hump a doorknob? I mean, that got me off, but I don't know about you. Every content creator on the planet owes a debt of gratitude to the special effects team for providing hours of fodder and, for some of us, sexual entertainment. We are saddened that the CGI team had to move on before the show was finished, or whatever the excuse is this week. But without further ado, I'm tickled pink to announce the winner of the 2022 She-Hulky for Most Cringe CGI due to poor CGI. And the She-Hulky goes to... What? All of them? I mean, that makes sense. This is a lot of awards. How the hell are we going to pay for all? Sorry, folks. The 2022 She-Hulky for Most Cringe Scene due to poor CGI goes to every scene in the first season. It's crap!
From the global pandemic to the CGI team was pulled before the show ended. We have heard every excuse in the book when it comes to the poor CGI in She-Hulk. Hopefully, they can advance to middle school level for season 2, if there is one. Since no one associated with the show has decided to return our calls, this award will keep the other one company in the dumpster.
Tom is magic. That's all I gotta say. We have an Odyssey tip over on the Odyssey side, obviously.
Oh my!
Yeah, for $5 from Connor B says choose Snickers, not politics.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll have to have one more member exclusive thing. We'll have to actually throw together that final thing that Brandon was supposed to do instead of my horrible read at 3 a.m.
Yeah, that will never see the light of day again.
I hope not. Except that it's forever immortalized on YouTube.
Except when I need $1,000. Then maybe it'll show up, but we'll see.
So apparently we have a super chat from Toxic Bamboo for $5. Says Brahmabull says penis. Like he enjoys
penis.
Them way too much.
The Penis Network.
That's right. It's the Pixel Entertainment Network International Streaming Service.
That was fucking brilliant.
The penis mightier than the short. The penis mightier.
God. And Tom gave me an entire list of penis intros and outros with that. Penis, it's growing. It was great.
Yeah. We just listened to Tom with...
Was it penis gaggy with entertainment?
Gaggy you with entertainment.
We just listened to Tom riff for like 15 minutes on an audio thing. And it's just... He's like, all right, I'll just give you some takes, blah 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 blah, and then like 15 minutes of him just going
it's
off
just
on
pure
stuff.
gold of him doing all kinds of stuff, and Tom really is.
He knows his penises.
I'm getting reminded of. I'm also getting reminded of Culture's audio clip that he sometimes plays with Ryan Kinnell saying, "Let me see the penis,"
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Show me the penis.
Let me see the penis. Is what he did.
When did Ryan Kinnell say that?
I have no idea.
Long time ago.
Oh.
Was that like on stream? Was that FNT?
That was
or
on
what?
stream at FNT.
Oh my god.
I think it was either FNT or something on his. Maybe it was. Could have been one of those Mario Kart streams. They have all kinds of stuff that comes out of those.
Yeah. He could have also just had a few drinks that night because he does get a little bit gayer and a little bit nicer to women every time he drinks.
Well,
Yeah, we know
being
that one.
gay and nice to women is synonymous. So.
Yep.
Well, yeah. There's just I've learned a lot since we did that, and I'm hoping to put together another award show for. We're talking. We are in talks. We'll just say that.
We're gonna do one for
the awards of power.
Yeah, the awards of power.
So
Lord of the awards.
Lord of the awards.
No, the awards of power is.
I like Lord of the awards. We got to figure that out.
Lord of the awards of power. It's as easy as that. You just combine the two.
One award to rule them all.
There we go.
Yeah. Don't swear it. Just to combine them. Yeah. Easy.
Awards of power. The Lord of the awards. I like that. Lord of the awards. Awards of power. That
you're overthinking
works.
it now.
That works. That's what. I was trying to figure out how I could throw Gayron in there, but I can't.
I'm sure you can.
Think about it.
Femrod.
Femrod.
That show is so awful.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
the funny thing about all this stuff, I love how they think they're fucking owning us. And it's like, no, you're not. You're really not. The fucking shills and stands that are propping up these crappy shows. They think they're owning us, but in reality, it's like what shows that we are owning them is the fact that they are willing to go and try and make fun of. It was done very poorly in their fucking TV show, right? If they just ignored us, it'd be like, okay, then we're not in their heads, right? Because you're just like, okay, what the fuck ever. But the fact that you went and had to go and do that shit means that we're fucking living rent free in their heads.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And the fact that they actually stopped production on all these shows and delayed everything is very fucking telling for the MCU. Because at this point, like I said, the franchise is fucking dead. I don't give a shit. Star Wars is fucking dead. The MCU is dead. Life's just going to move on.
Well, they had this. We were talking about this, I think, Thursday after all this. They had this show in the can for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the fact that they had like 20 endings too.
Right. Yeah. And they had different endings on how it was going to go and stuff from there. So it's there was an entire group of people that used Doomcock as a penultimate end to one of their shows. Mm-hmm. And they were just, we are going to use this. We're going to do these things. We're going to pull these things out. And all their misogyny scenes. I mean, the old guy that comes up to them when they're in the bar, they're just sitting at this. Number one, there's two of them taking up a seating for 8. Fine. Mm-hmm. But they're in that circular bench seat. They're just sitting there. The guy just walks up and says, you girls are missing a man at this table, or some kind of stupid ass shit like that. Who says that? Who does that? And he's a mid 50-year-old guy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Brahma. The one thing I thought was funny that they didn't do, because it was like, come on, 2015 called, they want their fucking talking points back, is I'm surprised they left out mansplaining and manspreading.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that was actually the thing.
I'm trying to remember what TV show has this, but apparently a woman, it's some firefighter TV show, and the woman firefighter complains to the male about mansplaining. It's like, nobody fucking cares about that. That is so 2015. Not even the feminists fucking bring that shit up anymore.
It's called being condescending. There's no need for a new word for it. It's just you're an idiot.
Yeah, it's just women do that too. I mean, have you ever been to the DMV?
Fin bagging.
Yeah.
Alex Stein 99, best mansplainer ever.
Oh God,
Yes.
Big booty Latina.
My favorite big booty Latina.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's just amazing because, like, if you think about it too, the only reason they managed to even land this, well, they didn't even land it. They crashed it into the ground. But the fact they even managed it the ground was the fact that they had us to fall back on. They made an angry nerd essentially the villain of a superhero show. That was your ultimate villain, like all this rogues gallery, whatever. Like when my family goes, I didn't know this. My aunt is a huge Hulk fan, and she loves She-Hulk too. She didn't get 10 minutes into the first episode. She said, "No, fuck this show. It's boring. I don't like it."
No, it's awful.
Like, who's gonna stick around for all of this? And
The
then
show
it's
is
YouTubers, people like me. Like I said, I mean, the show is like legit bad, but I was laughing all the way through it. Just it's like the fact that they went certain places. It's like, come on, oh my God! It's just like,
it's the lack of self-awareness.
Look at that! They're making fun of you. Yeah, that's the point, right? That's the reason why I'm laughing. Is that they took the time out of their day to write a script to mock the critics of the fucking MCU. Great job!
And comics,
oh my
the best
God,
part is
such
they
a
were
cell
so
phone.
stupid. They were so stupid that when they pointed out the critics, say, "Look how they're making fun of us. Look at all the things they're saying," and they do absolutely nothing to refute us to say that we were wrong. They validated damn near every point.
No, they legit did. They fucking making our points for us. That's what I said.
Well, the funny part was, normally in a show you make Easter eggs for fans of the character. They made Easter eggs for us to find.
Yeah.
I mean, if you weren't part of the fellowship, chances are you're not understanding half the Easter eggs they put into the series.
What'd you say, Terminus?
Egging us on.
Yeah. Nice one. Yep. Hey, yeah. He used without eggs throw the first Easter.
It's like,
those without eggs throw the first Easter. So greet the trolls.
She's a witch.
You have to wonder,
She's a witch.
Hey, you guys have to wonder if they didn't have us to fall back on. They couldn't even write an ending. They burned through over 20 endings, or finally they said, "You know what? We have the trolls here. We're gonna attack the trolls." And they went into the show thinking, if they didn't have us, what the hell was their story going to be? Because it's not like they didn't even plot 2 episodes together. This
But based on what they were saying, the cuck ending of Kevin Feige was always going to be involved because she was willing to walk out if she didn't get her cuck ending with Feige. So no matter what, they were going to cuck him.
No, unless
the
a
fact
man
that she
came
said
in
that she was
to
going
take
to
a job.
burn down the studio if she didn't get her series, and clearly she still burned the studio
She
down.
did, metaphorically, yes.
Yeah.
Feige's probably wishing he did fire her. The irony is in that story, even she admits it. She was actually fired. It was one of her coworkers, a man, who came in and said, "Okay, let me explain to you what the joke is and everything," and saved her fucking job.
Yeah,
Feige actually fired her. He should have kept her and said, "Hey, I
She
like
should be
you."
fired. She
Feige's
should be fired for what
balls
she
are in
did.
a lockbox. He's not firing anybody. His balls are in a box locked
Oh,
up
yeah.
somewhere.
Well, it's like
It's
I
his
said,
fault.
the real issue with all this, and this is a no-brainer because I've said it multiple times, is the fact that this really damages female writers, right? If you look at it, because it was a majority female writers' room, and this did them no fucking favors, right? When they say that women aren't funny, all you have to do is point to She-Hulk and say, this is a perfect good example why women can't write comedy. Even though that's not the case. I mean, look at Tina Fey. 30 Rock was fucking hilarious, even though I'm not a fan of Tina Fey.
You know what?
But it was funny. This stuff is cringe, and we're laughing not because it's funny. We're laughing because it's fucking cringy. And the fact that they thought it was a good idea and made it into a TV series.
You know what that writer's room lacked? A male to female tranny. And then that room would have been, there would at least have been,
Sure there wasn't one in there.
There would have been someone to take charge and write some jokes.
Yeah.
Didn't you apply for that 70s? I guess you didn't get it then. If they didn't have that male to female training.
The funny part is, they always complain that men can't write female characters. And it's like, okay, what you just proved to us is women can't write women character or female characters or male characters. So I guess we should go back to.
You don't even have to say that they can't write male or female. They can't write a character, period. Like, you can't even do a basic character.
They can write themselves into it. That's about all they got.
I don't know. Manator, I thought, was a spot-on Brahmabull.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of genders, toxic.
I thought was
Oh,
ridiculous.
that's right. Sorry.
Is that okay? So there's
Shiotar.
a really good writer out there named Karen Travis. She basically did several Halo novels, and she actually wrote for Time Period for IDW doing G.I. Joe, and she's a great fucking writer.
Oh, Karen Travis, I've heard of her. She used to write
she's good.
For the,
she's really good.
She used to write for EU novels for Star Wars and
yeah, she's done a lot of shit.
Yeah,
great fucking writer, and basically, She-Hulk basically set her career back.
Well, I think It's a Gundam said Full Metal was written by a female writer, right?
Full Metal Alchemist and Demon
there's
Slayer
plenty
are
of
both written by
examples of
women.
people or of women who can write
Well,
who
wrote
very good stories. They just don't hire them at Marvel.
No, they don't.
Mary Shelley and other. I mean, there's been great women writers throughout history. Just
Oh yeah, it's like most of you said. It's Full Metal Alchemist. Most of Japan's big writers for mangas, animes are all women. Like it's a majority women.
But we're the misogynists. We're the one who hate female writers and whatnot. But that's the thing I think is ridiculous, man. Full Metal Alchemist is hands down probably one of my favorite animes and mangas as well.
It is glorious.
Yeah.
But no comics. Like, did you see Clownfish when they mentioned for Crunchyroll and they did High Guardian Spice?
Oh, that was crap.
And they mentioned there was somebody, and everyone said, and it basically they all but said they pitched their show idea to Crunchyroll. They didn't say by name, but you could tell that they were talking about Crunchyroll. But Crunchyroll shut it down because we already did this very diverse show, whatever, and it failed horribly. But you look at the person's show, it's like my show. Yeah, it looks diverse, takes from this culture. The diversity isn't the selling point. My story is. But because of the failure of their doing the cheap diversity route, it's fucked over any creator trying to come in with a diverse story.
Yeah.
And we're going to start seeing, as you mentioned, with the female writers, where like you have actual people of talent, whatever, who are going to be women who want to get in. And because of these retards, they're not going to be able to get in because they're like, we've sided with this before and it screwed us over. So sorry.
So I want to highlight this comment. It says from Darius. He says, Karen Travis wrote for Star Wars. Lucas pretty much gave her Boba Fett to play with. It was okay, C+, B- outcome, but fucking outstanding compared to Disney Boba Fett. Like I said, the only thing I've read by her was her G.I. Joe run by IDW, and I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I've heard them.
Oh, she did Gears of War 3. Holy shit, I didn't know that. She was the head writer. Gears of War 3.
You're trying to say Terminus?
I heard that she I heard from and this from watching from listening to and watching posts, watching videos and posts by Star Wars EU experts, but Filoni she had she had an entire lore set for the Mandalorians, and but Dave Filoni Dave Filoni ruined them when he made Clone Wars, and so it's forced Karen Travis to quit her job at Lucasfilm.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard, or something like that. This is it's.
Oh, so the comics she did Gears of War issues 15 through 24, G.I. Joe IDW 1 through 8, which was the 2014 to 2015 run. Let's see, Sensation Comics, which is Wonder Woman for DC issue 14. But yeah, she
just
did a lot.
Sad evolution, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, the only Emmy Star Trek won for writing was written by a woman, DC Fontana, right? So here's Gene Roddenberry. DC Fontana, of course, is this, they put that up there so people don't know if it's a man or a woman. And they're trying to get women into science fiction writing and all of that. But the key is they're good at it. A lot of the crap episodes that you have in TOS are written by men or some of the more famous writers and stuff
right
there. And there's people like Clobby and R.M. Briggs can take this through much deeper than I can. And now, it was okay with the subterfuge then, because you say, that was a great episode. So you know what? It was written by a woman. Oh, shit. Right? You that there, then, you know what? Women can do things now. So now, right now, they're just throwing it out there, and it doesn't matter. Just saying they can write whatever crap they want to. It's her truth, and it's just complete crap. There was not. Tina Bojan likes the show. There's other people that like the show. I am glad that they like it. I mean, there's a movie out there called Out Cold.
I think ultimately, there's one thing I was thinking
like
about the other day. If we got the She-Hulk series we wanted, they would probably like that too. They would probably like it more than what we got now.
Yeah.
Well, I think this could have been a show without She-Hulk. You didn't need the whole She-Hulk thing for the gags that they threw in this. Right? You didn't need this. Did not need to be She-Hulk Attorney at Law. It could have been Karen Attorney at Law. Yeah, or Sadie McBeal or whatever. Because it just there wasn't really much of the whole superhero thing in here. And I can put aside the fact that she's supposed to be a very competent attorney and she totally wasn't. And they had the opportunity to make her a real kick-ass. I'm a lawyer. I know this stuff. All these things from there. And they didn't even take the time to learn what you needed to write a good legal series or even a competent legal series.
They've got no talent talks. It's not because they're women. There's a whole generation of writers now can't write.
Yep.
Talent.
So Janet from No Planet says, if people stop paying for shit shows, they will quit writing them. That's why I don't pay for them.
I don't either. I watched the whole series, didn't pay.
Watched the whole series, did not pay for it. Just run that out there.
Well, there's also have to remember. I think part of it is they're running a lot of these shit shows. Oh.
But you got to remember, there's still 75 million people. 75 million people that voted for Biden. I'm not going to say
81
I'm not going
million.
No. Never happened. No.
Careful.
And these morons.
Not your channel.
No. And these morons are still going to want to watch.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not doing that. Not on this channel. All right. We can go to Odyssey and talk about that kind of stuff. We already got one strike on here. Let's not talk
I'm
about
saying
that.
they're going to want. All I'm saying is that these people are just going to continue to watch what they're being given. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, I get through there. All right.
Yeah, no, but I was going to say
that point's fine.
I would sort of disagree with her. I'd say because part of the reason all these shit shows and everything are flying is because they're running off the legacy of the people of talent, of skill, whatever. And this even applies to politics. They're running off the legacy. So when people are supporting this, they're still thinking of the past. And that's why it's taking them so long to eventually having to admit that hey, it's gone. The legacy is over. What you liked has been destroyed. It's all these shit. Well, eventually they walk away. We're seeing it now. Like we're slowly seeing where people are finally having that realization. Like you say, Marvel is dead or dying. Star Wars is dead. People, it's even with the politics. People realize like, oh, the political parties don't represent us anymore. I thought it did. It's gone. I mean, fucking Michigan. There was the girl who ran to make a point. She was a trans Satanist, police abolitionist activist who ran as a Republican and won.
Nobody paid attention.
And then she in her whole campaign thing, which says, if you're here, it's probably because you finally just learned about me and you're pissed. We said, you know what? You only have yourself to blame because the party system no longer works. You can no longer trust it just because there's a D or an R in the name. You can vote it and fall asleep on the wheel. He's like, that's no more. This is your wake-up call. And guess what? A lot of you were living like this up till now. So all these problems, it's time for you to realize they're your fault. It's time for you to accept responsibility. And it's like, that's sort of what we're seeing here.
Yep. All right. So
they're breaking down.
Stephanies, I know you're sharing something. Let's go ahead and add that, Talks. And we also need to start wrapping things up too, guys.
Just to clarify things, I think you got to, sometimes you have to make a statement just so people are sure.
That's Dick. He's an owner. He does own a dick. That is great.
I actually, I don't know how long ago, but I found a few of old adverts which would never be made now. We were talking about advertising. I think that one's particularly
there's a lot.
Cute. That's quite a cute one.
Then there's a lot of 70s stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've heard me talk about that 50s advertisement thing?
Yeah.
Where they're doing it. That was one of them. Yeah, this is a lot of that stuff that's coming from those women.
This is the best.
Yeah.
That's my best. I did that last month.
This is one for Brahma, I think.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's true.
And then this is a slightly more modern one.
Oh God, yeah.
I love that one. I remember that back in the day as well.
That's freaking hilarious.
Anyway, that was it. Just
All right, guys. We'll start wrapping things up. And Terminus S, we will start with you, sir.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah. It's always it's always fun to join this panel. I didn't have as many zingers as I would have liked, but still, well, but they they well they pop up in my head when they whenever they if they pop up in my head, they'll pop up in my head. That's all I can say. But yeah, it's been fun, guys, and love being on this panel, and just engage with the members of this with everybody in the Dix division, and just love to give me an opportunity to speak my mind on what's going on in this what's going on in the world, and also when I'm just to be silly and banter with you guys.
Thanks for being here, man.
Yep, Terminus, I have to say, you're one of the biggest dicks in the Dix division.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are a giant cock among cocks. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
Crow like a rooster.
Yeah, no.
Dude, seriously, you're funny as hell.
There you go. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, but still, nowhere. None of us is none of us is nowhere near as the level of Drew, and speaking of which, I wonder when we'll ever see him again. Although I understand he's got a lot of things going on in his life,
He started a new job in October. He's been cutting, I think, his United Resistance early because he's got to get up early. So,
well, that's good. That's good.
But he's got money. He's got the invites for Mondays, and when he's ready to come back, he is more than welcome to join us on Yelling at Park Cars.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoy some. I enjoy some his streams too, like on Tuesday and whatnot. Yeah. And but yeah, you guys, I'm not a YouTuber, but y'all can follow me on Twitter at EST84 Terminus. And,
yeah, dude, and your fucking comments are fucking fire, dude.
Hey, and we're really glad you're doing that 3D job too.
Yeah,
you've got to get your creative on, and very glad that you've got that.
Yeah, I just really wish I just in hindsight, I just really wish I didn't attend college because it just and that I was more ambitious, and it's just it's just my parents. I've been living under their mindset for so long, and
but that's one thing I've been telling young people. When they say they're thinking about going to college, it's like you don't need college. College is pointless.
Mom. I did learn stuff over there, but in hindsight, I believe it was even though I learned some stuff there, and it was nice to be in a social setting. It was in the long run. I just realized it's a bit overkill, and it's in the depth and the student loan debt. That's pain in the ass, and I don't know about but yeah, I don't know. There's this thing about the student loan forgiveness thing that I've been hearing about. I have mixed. I have to look into it more and do a bit of more research on that.
One thing I had to say is, dude, you should have mixed feelings about, because at the end of the day, what this really does is it kind of kicks the can down the road. Is that all it's going to do is it's going to make college tuition more expensive, and that's this whole student loan forgiveness thing is not going to really help people in the long run. What it is, it's really a gimmick. It's a short-term solution to get votes. That's the problem with it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who will fucking eat it up. But at the end of the day, it's not going to help them. It's not going to help the people down the road.
Yes, it's gonna be more. It's just gonna be heavier taxes on them. It's gonna be like heavier taxes on general population for each one of us. You mean?
Well, that, and it's going to cause student tuition to increase. That's ultimately the issue. But Terminus, thanks for being here, man. You've been a member of my community for quite some time. I just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Comix.
Reuben.
Hello. Thank you again, Comix. I love this show. This member stream is always a blast because everyone here makes me laugh. Love the comedy. I myself are here in Orlando. If anybody's going to be here for Orlando, I'm going to be here all week. Also, I live here, but I'm going to make myself available. And if you need anything, reach out to me. Not on Twitter because I've been banned like 700 times. No wonder why. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm going to call it out.
Something.
I say it. I went off on Biden and Stacey Abrams and all these idiots before. I don't watch the news anymore. I'm done with the news. I'm done with the shows. I'm done with everything. All I'm doing now is I decided I'm going to start to compose again too. I'm going to start doing my music again too, just to get out. I'm just doing positive things from now on. I have everything with the doctor is going well. I'm going to see my neurologist tomorrow, and they're going to start the whole battery of tests to see where I am from last March when I had my attack to where I am now, and then just keep on driving toward 2023 and beyond, as I'm not giving up. And I'm going to still be fighting, and then just find the good fight, being with all you guys and enjoying it. Also, one last thing, Friday tonight on Gilded, for everyone to enjoy, I'm going to start putting out music on, not my music, Spotify links for Halloween soundtracks that I enjoy, and the classical music album companions that you can also listen to that are familiar or in the same genre, something that you can all enjoy. So we can start having conversations, not just about these movies, old movies, but the soundtracks of these movies or periods of, so you get a better understanding of what the history behind these things are. There's a lot of great things out there.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No problem. That's it. I
was adding tax back in because he dropped out.
But thank you very much.
You didn't have to. You could have left him
What
out.
a producer.
Could have kept him out.
Toxic left. I'm sorry. I just got vaccinated.
Thank you, Reuben. Marksman.
Nice, that's what it is.
What now?
Oh, I got it. Hey, everybody. You can catch me streaming on Twitch under Gentleman General. Haven't been on the past week because I've been waiting, and it just arrived today. I got my Xbox Series X.
Nice.
So I have that set it up, all my games downloading, and if this one looks like it's going to finish soon. So you'll probably catch me on later tonight. I'm going to be playing some Chivalry 2 on there. So get to see some medieval combat and some brutality. Good old some stuff.
Nice.
All right.
Thanks for being here, man.
No problem. Love being here with you guys.
Brahma.
Glad I got to make another one of these. It's been a little while. I was going to ask, what does everybody think of the new background? I switched it up a little bit, got rid of one of the bookshelves, moved it a little bit to the right, got my actual Buffalo Trace barrel there displaying all my Buffalo Trace stuff.
There's some junk above it, though, hanging on the wall, some weird junk hanging on the wall.
All those AVS banners make Brian real pissed. But we have...
top of the Central Division, buddy. Dallas Stars.
Yeah, it's 6 games in. We have apparently 2 people in the chat who are now claiming to be very proud members of the Vag Guard. Stunt Bratz 777 Smith and Lisa are officially Vag Guard now. So
we
thank
really
you, ladies.
Need to redo the Vag Guard.
Yeah, I'm going to make Culture do that.
Yeah, we're working on that, but we've got to start integrating that a little bit more.
Yeah,
buy the merch.
Buy the merch. Well, actually, don't buy the merch yet. I need to switch merch providers. What I need to do.
But it's always fun talking with some of the people that come on that are the members, and people I get to talk to in chat and stuff. But it's nice talking to you in person and everything. So panel, it's always fun to be here. And Comix, thank you as usual for doing this. And Tox, thanks for all that you do in the background and on stream. So you guys have a great night. Cheers. We'll see you tomorrow night on Yelling at Parked Cars. So I'm gonna drop my Rumble link in the chat as well if anybody wants to go
Did I
subscribe
put that
there.
in your fluff?
Rumble?
Yeah.
So-
I don't know.
So this is actually funny. Gary likes to brag about having the 6% female audience. I have an 8.9% female audience, which actually is a surprise because beforehand it was like 3%. So I don't know what's going on here, but my female audience has grown. So
We got the good ones.
Yeah, well, if you consider Toxic is almost 25% female, then that's
Speaking of 25%
Wait,
female,
Toxic is back? Damn, it doesn't work apparently.
That's right.
No,
it
it
doesn't
does
work.
not.
He's back. Yeah, well, thank you, Comix, for allowing me to get close to you. I always appreciate this closeness. I get a little bit of a tingle when I get this close, so thank you for that. So my channel will be slowing down a little bit for the next week or so as I'm moving to Alberta, which is like Texas's little cousin, and it's the closest thing behind the maple curtain to a based province. Certainly, I'm encouraged by the words of our new
maple
premier in
curtain.
Alberta. I copyrighted that, the maple curtain.
Oh
People
my
have been
God,
using
that's
it now. Behind the maple curtain. So
Is the maple curtain when you pour maple syrup on your penis?
yeah, well, that,
I just wondered. Sorry.
No.
Only if it's enough
Oh
to
my God, the cock.
Is that the maple merkin?
that wouldn't be it wouldn't be the maple curtain, I don't think, but so so I won't be doing a live stream tomorrow because I'll be over in the town. I'm moving to signing some documents, doing the final inspection on the house, moving at the weekend.
hopefully you're moving out of Canada.
I'd love to be back in Texas. You know it. I mean, that was my spiritual home. However, I did manage to put in a really nice video up yesterday about a band I love called Big Country and their debut album, The Crossing. So if anyone's interested in that
big
band,
country.
that's the ones. So go check that video out, please. And I'm also uploading some of my montages from my live shows. But once I get moved and settled in early November, I'll be back to more live streams. And Brahma, you and I will be doing that show once I'm over.
Yeah, I can see your 1792 up in the corner, just waiting to be opened.
Waiting for you and me. So yes, we'll be doing
that doesn't
our.
sound gay at all.
No.
Nope.
We'll be.
70s has a big brown beaver.
We'll be putting our lips
Just like Winona.
around the neck of it to drink. Yeah, we'll be doing our bourbon and boarding, drinking and hockey stream in November. We've, I think, we'll probably Saturday nights, but we'll see. Anyway, please check out my channel if you get the chance. Doing pretty well. 4,000 hours viewing hours in the last 365 days. 606 subscribers, so we're getting there.
Nice.
Thank you.
Toxic Man Flu.
I got nothing. Yeah. No, I do. There's my stuff.
Stare in our eyes.
I've got a YouTube and an Odyssey and a Rumble and Twitter and a Gilded.
2 videos.
I've got 4. 4 videos.
4 now?
Yeah.
All 2
Ooh.
videos.
Double
Yeah.
up in the last few months, huh?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm going to start
Toxic
doing
likes to
spots.
double up. He does like to double up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm almost. Let's see, I'm over 100 subscribers on YouTube. Trying to get to 200, or however many I have to get to get the name.
100
from there.
should be it.
Yeah, I want to say it's 100, right?
Yeah, Mrs. Flu's like, you need to stop making videos for those losers and make videos for yourself. And I'm like, what?
Sorry.
What losers are you talking about?
Are you talking about the?
Terminus is great. I love him. Don't say that.
Okay, so I have one last super
One
chat
last super
from
chat.
Bruce Lombardo of Dix Division for $5. I'm happy I could listen to this pack of wild animals while I was in the hobby room tonight. Thank you, panel, for making it fast to our chat. Well, thank you.
You can blame 70s for that second hour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you really can.
dude.
I turned up to stop the show, and I gave Comix the opportunity, and he kept going. So,
well, all I gotta say is I took a feather out of Brahma's hat, and I've been drinking rum and coke, and I'm pretty fucking lit right now. So
nice.
Oh, really? Is that's why the shows run so smooth?
Damn right.
Smooth as.
You may be a king or a lowly street sweeper, but sooner or later you'll meet the Reaper.
Yes.
It's good to be the king. Piss boy.
Wow.
Come here, piss boy. Good to be the king.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Good night, folks. Catch you tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
Let's see.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. A huge thanks to all the Subscribe Star supporters. Without you, Comix Division would probably be hoeing on a corner somewhere. Dark Brahmadeus, Elagabalus, Reuben Christopher Haynes, and Toxic Man Flu. Well, hello there, big spender. iMav, HMStix, and Roger the Shrubber. I'm a sucker with a lot of dough. 5 picoseconds, Crazy Catguy, J.A.F.O, and Zelashi. Take my money, damn it! AJ Speaks, Billy Go Boom, Brahmabull, Chris from the 80s, Commander Ed STRAKER of Shadow, DariusM, Dethangels Shadow, Dexidoodle, Digital Remnant, E. Clay, gentlemanmad, J.A.F.O, JoesAtmosfere, Just Another Redshirt, Katina Martin, LDH27513, LDBlues, Mech AG94, MrTickleTrunk, nogreenrocks, Pete Bickford, Pope Metallicus I, That 70esrockfan, Terminus-esque, TZ Burton, user number 710C9719, user number 1021029A, and user number C32A7350. I'll buy that for $1. Captain Fandom Nerd, Colin Douglas, Jenna Lynn, Magitech Mags, Stand 4, and user C2B7C4F4. Thank you all for watching. You are amazing.
Thank you to the mods. I know Eric Maldonado was in there. Just Know the Redshirt was in there. Brahma did a little bit. Thank you for being there. We really appreciate you. And one last time to all those who don't enjoy chocolate, coconut, and almond. Fuck you and your retarded taste buds.
You mods are the best.
You mods are the best. But if you don't like that, fuck off.
Thanks, Legion of Memers. And
did I do all of those?